I've been waiting all day to talk about the Wuzzles.
Stop it.
And the game that I want for the
Stop it.
Stop it.
Wait, see this topic, I was scared because I know Jay was going to have some
Level 857 Video Game Podcast.
Yes, cheers everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. Whether it's a beer shot or even a glass of wine, grab your favorite beverage and welcome to the Level 857 Video Game Podcast. We are your hosts in quarantine. Algie857.
This one's the Stadia.
Sticks.
Turbo 857.
And your boy Big Shock, what up?
What's going on, fellas, by the way? What's going on? How's everything going over there?
Can't
I'm
complain.
good. I just forgot what day it was.
I'm sure you're not the only one.
Quarantine life, man.
Yeah,
Taking
quarantine
it
life.
day by day. But it can't keep us down. Level 857 still goes on.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Good.
What you guys drinking?
Good,
What you guys
good.
drinking?
I got me a Stella.
I got a Stella also.
I got a Victory Twisted Monkey. Yeah.
Victory Twisted Monkey.
First time.
I got a leafy Belgium ale.
Oh.
This is Belgium. This is Belgian style. Belgian style blonde ale.
They got great beers, Belgium. They really do. They know what they're doing.
I should have gave Jay the 9%er.
Yeah?
Ooh.
Then we wouldn't have had this show right now.
Yeah, right?
There's four of us. We
This is a
would've took-
6.5%.
Oh, word.
6.5. But the 9.
Y'all trying
I
to do a
should've
shot
probably
right now?
did
Y'all trying to do a shot? No?
I can do a shot.
no.
You guys want a shot?
See?
I'd have to go
Somebody-
get my shot, but I feel like I need to keep myself on point right now.
Okay.
Chuck, you ain't never on point, man.
And
I'm lost in space right now, okay?
well, one thing's for sure. Chuck is monitoring the chat, so if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up, and he will respond.
That's right.
Maybe.
Maybe he'll respond if he remembers.
We call it chatting with Chalk.
If he remembers what day it is or where he is. But just like every
Who I am.
podcast, we start off by talking about the games that we've been playing for the week. Who would like to go first?
Me.
Oh, there
I'll
we
go
go.
quick.
Oh, wow. That was
I'll go quick.
very quick.
That volunteer.
Jedi Fallen Order. Still playing that. It's awesome.
Okay.
Awesome game. Chalk beat it. Don't spoil it. Chalk,
Oh, yeah. Don't spoil it. I haven't started yet.
How many hours?
I'm about a good 5-7 hours in.
How many hours is
Yeah.
the entire game, Chalk?
I feel like it's about 20-something hours.
It's not bad.
That's good.
Yeah.
Too long.
Yeah, I don't want.
It's a nice length. Pause.
I don't want something
Wow.
super long. I want a short game. You
I
know,
don't
very,
want no
very
short game.
Stop.
Nah.
Stop.
Damn.
Well, there you
Something
bring
wrong
back
with
that
y'all.
old song.
Something real wrong with y'all.
That's a long time ago.
Y'all need help.
Wow.
A
And
lot of professional help.
I don't know why. After I beat Resident Evil 2, I got addicted to Resident Evil Revelation 2's raid mode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, just playing through that.
The Revelations 2 is the best playing Resident Evil. It plays the best, better than all of them.
You could
It has
Can you walk and shoot at the same time?
yes, you can walk and shoot at the same time. It has an evade move. Using the freaking knife is easy. You just press the R trigger when there's no without holding down the left trigger.
Oh.
You know, it's when you play it, you're like, yo, why doesn't all the Resident Evils play like this? It's crazy. So I'm looking forward to playing 3 after Jedi Fallen Order because they got the dodge move also in 3. They're crediting 3 like, oh, they got the dodge move. Came from Revelations 2.
That just means you got to get it right
Came
now.
from Revelation. What's
That
up?
just means you
Well,
got to
nah,
get part
it
3
makes
right now.
sense.
Yeah, somebody's got to get
I'm
it.
gonna wait until it's gonna be on sale by the time I buy it.
By the time I play it, I should be like summertime by the time I play it.
That thing will be free
Yeah.
on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah,
by the time
definitely.
you play it.
Definitely.
Yeah,
That's all you're playing, though?
but I'm playing a bunch of others, but those are the most two. I'm also trying to get through Walking Dead final season, but it's too many games I'm playing at
Did
once.
you finally finish Panzer Dragoon Remake?
Yes, I did. I finished that last week.
How?
And
It's a hard game.
how? No, after they updated it, it was a lot easier to hit things.
Okay.
Yeah,
a big-
it was a lot. I used the twin stick. Everyone's like, "Oh, I like classic." I'm like, "No, I like the twin stick better." And that's why I'm looking forward to the gyro. That's going to be crazy. If they nail that, that's going to be nuts.
I can't use the twin stick at all. At all.
Try it after the update. It's not bad.
Okay.
You gotta take the smallest square all the way at the end. You know how you see like 4 squares that you aim with?
Yeah.
Just look at the one at the end and hover over me and you'll hit.
I shall try.
Yeah, and the dragon moves faster too. Remember before, like that stage you were talking about, Jay? I couldn't dodge. You know,
You get pegged.
the part where the
Homing
it's-
missiles everywhere.
You get pegged, but the stage goes like this, like this. There's certain parts we have to dodge because the walls are closing in, and I couldn't dodge for nothing. After the update, I easily dodged. I'm like, oh, the dragon moves faster. They didn't even say that, but it does.
So they fixed it. Good.
Yep.
So you would say is
I love it.
It's as far as the remake, it did due diligence. It's like this is a great job done well.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It gets a lot of flack because of the graphics. Like, look, man, Sega wasn't throwing it wasn't trying to make it look like a PS4 game. But this game doesn't look like a GameCube game.
It looks pretty. It's a pretty
like
looking game.
Look at them both side by side. Look at the old Panzer.
Someone did that.
Look at how it moves.
Someone on Twitter did
man.
that. They put a side by side. I'm like, what the fuck are people complaining about?
It's like night and day, man.
Like, come on.
If you think of a remake,
People just want to find something to nitpick about.
Yeah.
No matter how good something is, they'll find something to nitpick about.
bottom line,
People
if
were
you
saying-
look at like the definition of a remake, that is the full-on definition
That's
of a
a
remake.
remake. People were saying remaster, and it's like
No.
No, it's a
remaster
remake.
No, it's a
when-
remake.
It's a remake.
It's a remake.
Yeah.
A remake. And even the cinemas with the main character and stuff like that look a hell of a lot better.
You don't like
They
the
look a
grainy
hell-
little
hell of a lot
box?
better. Terrible, but it was an awesome game. I can't wait to see 2. And if they're rumored to be working on Saga, I can't wait.
I
for
heard
that,
some
man.
rumors
I
about
can't wait.
Saga artwork being someone.
I heard rumors about Saga that you know how you can go from the left and the right and in front of an enemy and behind the
Yeah.
enemy. They said that the remake is going to have above and below.
For what?
Like those are the positions you can move around the enemy as well. Above it, below it.
For
left
what
of
game?
it,
Saga?
Right of it. Saga, yeah.
Damn, they're that far into like the rumor that there's actually like talking about what gameplay would be like.
I think I read that on Panzer Dragoon Legacy site.
shit.
I think I was reading something on there. I was like, if that's true, I don't know if it's true, but it's just information going around. I'm like, that would be crazy.
Gotta find that
That'd be
gotta
crazy.
find that company and interview them on Level 857 podcast.
Yeah.
What about you, Chalk?
Hunt them down. Find them.
What about you, Chalk? What are you
What
playing?
am I playing? Gears 5 and mostly Final Fantasy 7 Remake. That game is ridiculous.
I bet.
It is beautiful. It's engaging. It's so much
What
fun.
system is that on? Xbox?
Shut up. That's the system it's on. Shut up. Shut your mouth. How about that? But it's honestly like it's a beautiful game. I haven't beaten it yet, but I'm like 35 hours in.
Damn.
It's so good. I can't put it down.
You played the original,
Really
the Polygon one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the
okay.
original. And it's just beautiful.
Is it better than the original?
Kept up.
Wow.
Kev likes to ask these questions. You see how happy he is about it?
Such
Look
a
at him. He's
stupid
like,
question. No, it's horrible. That's the
Some
worst
people are
rendition.
saying they want it to be turn-based. They don't like the new.
They didn't play it.
You have the option to do
They
that.
didn't play it. If they said that, they didn't play it.
It's like
You have the option to do the classic mode. So I don't know what their problem is.
that's just.
But
means the
I've been
movements.
playing in the new mode and I love it.
I like it. I like the demo. I like it personally. I love the way the new demo plays. I was like, yo, it plays really awesome. And you can't just mash the button. You really have to,
Yeah.
strategy. You got to think of the enemy's got weak points and stuff. You got to move around
strategy,
them, switch to
man.
another person.
Yup.
I love the battle system. It is
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
It reminds me of Final Fantasy 15, but it's better than it's a better system than that.
Final Fantasy 15 plays like that, Jay?
Similar, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's not exactly
Yeah.
the same because it's totally different the way you like set up your characters and stuff, but
It's a more refined
it's similar.
version.
It's similar to that type of action, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
Wow.
I mean, I could jump right into what I was playing, unless you got something else.
No. That's all I've been playing.
Okay. Because,
Oh no, and I started. Sorry.
damn it.
I've been playing I forgot. I've been playing Ultimate Alliance with my friend Val and my godson.
Ah, okay.
Oh, I
Which is
know I
cool.
saw you pop on there when I was playing
Super
Smash.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, you
Yeah,
ruined my
so,
segue.
Yeah,
now.
that's what I've been doing.
Nah.
All right, now I'm done.
I was going to say, also, I'm playing, obviously, Final Fantasy VII Remake. And, I mean, I know you just said it was great, but I can't have words to describe how amazing this game actually is, especially in comparison to what it's from, because they took the entire little part of Midgar And they changed that into a complete and full world. And you have no idea how they took that little tiny, that's like taking New York State and making it the United States. Like it's the entire country. The way they did it. It's just so in-depth and all the stuff that they added to it. And it's flawless.
Wow.
I don't have anything I can say bad about this game. Like I've never seen a game more polished than this. Like if you said this game took 10, 12, 13 years or whatever, it shows. I can't see them doing another part of this game near how polished this is. That's how good it looks.
So
I don't even
wow.
want to think of the rest of the game.
So they raised the bar then.
Yes. Yes.
It's gonna be,
yes.
it's gonna be
This
hard
is-
to top this one.
This is the most lived-in world I've ever seen in this media. Like,
They
in
chucked
this
the
media.
bar into
It's-
the atmosphere. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Hold on. The
They
new
chucked the
Midgar
bar
is
into
more
orbit.
realistic. You think that the new Midgar is more
Than
realistic
anything you've ever
Hyrule and
seen
Breath of the
in
Wild?
any game ever.
I haven't played Breath of the Wild. Sorry.
Than any game.
I haven't played that. Sorry.
Yes.
He shut that shit down,
Shut
man,
it down.
quick.
The amount of dialogue they've given.
And my weapons don't break in front of me.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shots fired.
Damn.
They've
shit.
given each character
Bang,
dialogue that actually changes based on what you do in the game and when you go back to them. Like constantly.
Damn, he said
Really?
Link ain't got no personality. He don't even talk to nobody. Oh.
He does.
You know what's crazy?
He doesn't have a
You know what's crazy?
I can't defend that. He doesn't have
People have
personality.
said that they've messed up Cloud because they gave him a voice. And I was like, how does
I
that
liked
even
his
make
voice.
sense?
And that's the
I-
reason why
you know
Link
what,
doesn't
though?
have a
The-
personality.
he
people-
doesn't at all
People complain about everything.
because he's a character now. You
And-
want him to be you
Yeah.
when you don't have a voice.
The thing is, if he's going to be you, then make him a fucking creative player.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? If he's not a creative
Yep.
player, you have to
Yeah.
make him a character.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The fact that they are making him talk is the shit, in
Yeah.
my opinion. I haven't
Yes.
played either one, but I know about Final Fantasy VII. I know about the things that happen in Final Fantasy VII. No, give him a fucking voice because there's certain moments in the game that you want to see him react to, not sit there like dot dot dot.
Right.
Oh, I don't know, too many girls. You know what? That come on, like come
if you
on.
want that, play the original, man.
Yeah, exactly.
it's just what they did with this game is they put so much into each part that there's no lull time. There's no like, oh, they half-assed this part. No, they put everything possible to every part of that game. Even like little things that you're like, oh, I didn't think they'd do something this huge with something like, oh, it's a little cutscene. That's the whole stage. Like they did so much to each thing. It's ridiculous to even think about how they can expand on it.
And even like the minor details, like you can see the materia in your weapon when you're
Yeah,
using
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
really,
that's
that's
awesome.
ridiculous.
Fire.
I like
So
that.
fun.
And all your
crazy.
weapons
That's
change
awesome.
in all the movies and everything
Oh,
if you have it equipped.
Stuff like that matters, man.
That's crazy.
Little details always matter.
And what they did with the characters.
A
Absolutely.
criticism
It's
of
insane.
the game was that there was padding.
No.
Do you guys feel like there was padding?
No, there's a part of the
Adding?
game that's called a
Yeah.
game. So when people want to watch a movie, they can watch a movie, but there's also a part that's a game.
Yeah.
So when you want to play the
Uh-huh.
game, that's not padding. That's the game. Okay? There's missions. Some missions aren't. There's like maybe 2 or 3 types of missions in there that you're like, okay, that's a nuisance. I don't care about that, but it's
Yeah.
a game. Like that's what you do in the game.
You play the game.
And it's a
Did you
role
finish
playing
it?
game too. So
That's what a role playing game does. It's like, oh, you got to get this item for me.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what a role playing game is. Don't take that away from me.
Right.
But I mean, not everybody
you
wants to
finished
look for cats. There's a mission where you got to look for a cat, and it's like, okay, I got you. Maybe
Yeah.
that's padding for 10
Tales
minutes.
of. That's like Tales of.
But I mean, come
I
on.
was with it because I love cats, so I was with that mission.
But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna nitpick about this game, then stop playing games. This is the reason why people love games. This is making me love playing games again because there's nothing outside of this medium that makes me feel like this game. You can't do it.
Wow.
Can't do it. Movies can't do it. Music can't do it because all this is combined.
Like Victor Lucas said, you know what I'm saying? Games are the best creation in the world.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He said it with
Agreed.
that voice. Best creation in the world. I'm not-
Shout out to,
Why
shout out
does he
to
sound like
bolt
the
of lightning just came out.
Shout out to Victor. Throw up the V.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
Imagine every
Throw
time
up
he
the
came
V.
on the show, throw up the V.
Gang sign.
not the peace sign. Not the peace sign.
Oh my
Gang sign. Gang sign.
God. Is that all you're
Wow.
playing, Jay?
That's all I can play right
I
now.
was just about to say, I don't think you're playing anything
How many
else.
was it? 40 hours you said?
I'm up to 40 hours right now.
So
I'm pretty much
done.
on the last stretch.
And Chalk 35.
I mean, I'm not even sure I'm on the last stretch, but I'm pretty sure that's what the time was given. I mean, I've spent a lot of time everywhere.
That's a freaking good amount of time for part 1.
Dude, it came out Friday. It came out Friday. I
I'm
cannot
pretty
stop
sure
playing it.
I finished all the side quests.
Damn.
Yeah, I finished all the side.
Yeah.
How many discs are there going to be? Did they
No, they didn't
confirm?
confirm.
No.
I don't know.
Huh.
But
I wonder.
I can't stop playing it. I watched. See, this is how addicting it is. I played it for a ridiculous amount of hours. I would say like from 8 to 5, like in the morning.
God
and
damn.
10. I've been up since like 10 a.m.
Who needs sleep? This is why you need the
There's no
soundboard.
sleep.
God damn. God
But-
damn.
But I could, and even after playing it and saying, "Oh, I have time now. I'm gonna shut this off." I watched another playthrough from someone else online to see their experience while they're doing it, and I watched that for like another 2 hours. I'm like, "Yo, this game, I can't get away from this world right
The
now."
funny thing is, role-playing games do that
Wow.
more than anything,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
Because like, if I have a Fire Emblem or a Shining Force, I'm easily 8 hours. Easily, I'll knock out 8 hours. I'm just chilling. I'm good.
Yeah, time. Honestly, time just disappears when you play. that game.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Final Fantasy Tactics remake. Let me say that. They should do it.
If
though,
they
man.
did that, people would die.
I would fucking die,
People
man.
would die.
I would die. I
It
would be
doesn't
like,
even need a remake. It should just be
I'm
ported
surprised.
to the Switch. It would sell.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
Yeah, if they
that-
poured it, it would sell like
dude,
hotcakes.
if they changed the artwork, the way they have like the actual drawn artwork, and they put that in the, oh man,
imagine if they did it like that. Oh, my God. And it's a
Oh, you
fucking
mean like the drawn artwork?
yes,
Oh, that
hand
would
drawn
be
by the
kinda-
artist who does the
Yeah.
box, the Final Fantasy
like
cover
paper
art.
flat too. Like
Yeah, like the artwork. I
Stop
love
that.
the artwork.
No, that would be
The
sick.
artwork for Tactics is awesome.
That would be sick, man. Like Banner
Yeah.
Saga style, like that.
I like Banner Saga's
If
art.
they did it like that, and anyway, that's for another topic. But
About to say we can knock out 2 hours easily just talking about that. Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
But since we're
Yeah.
talking about games, I guess I'll go next real quick. Running through my list because I have a lot of shit. 2 games that I play every day now. One of them I got last week, and you guys already know about. Fitness boxing. Fucking dope. That shit, I don't like working out, all right? But I like boxing.
Wait, hold on. Wait a second.
I like boxing.
Because last podcast you said you like working out.
No,
Which
no, no.
one is it, man?
I don't. But this game converted me, man. I actually look forward every day because it's a daily workout, and it's tailored to you, and they give you, they show you new moves and stuff. I've lost weight already, and it's only been a week and a half. It's like, damn,
got that six
this
How
is
much
pack
fucking
weight did
crazy.
you lose?
Huh?
How much weight did you
I'm not
lose?
going to say that out loud in front of everybody to hear. But
I'm not gonna say that out loud.
No, stop. No, I lost 4 pounds.
Sweet.
Whoa.
Mostly water weight
Since
because
last
I stopped drinking soda and just drinking water, and I've been like watching what I'm eating. Now I changed my diet completely now. Just today I just started buying some, like, I'm trying to do keto also on the top of that. So
and it's all because of this game.
it's all because of this game. So I
You look a little
I
thinner.
can't say
think,
enough.
Yeah, you look a little
No, I
thinner.
not in a week. I didn't even notice. I'm like, I probably didn't even fucking lose anything. And I'm like, oh shit. Got on the scale because they get you to update your weight or whatever. But dope
Yeah.
game. Highly recommended, especially now in these times when the gyms are closed. This is the perfect game. You don't need any special equipment. If you got 2 Joy-Cons, you're good. You can even download the shit in the eShop
Unless you have the drift.
unless you have the drift. But even still,
all
you
the
don't.
drift,
It's
all
all
the
motion control. So even still, you don't have to really use whatever.
The analog,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
If you got drift boxing, you need to go
Yeah.
to the doctor.
You got drift boxing.
But actually, I do wish I haven't even checked it actually. But I remember talking to you the other day. I was asking if there was, or at least it was like a wish that I wish that there was a peripheral that you could put onto the Joy-Con, like a weighted thing. So when you throw your punches, it would be like weighted. But I could probably
Yeah.
finagle something like that. Like wear
Just hold a
gloves,
bag
like
of
weighted gloves.
They
Quarters
have these
with it.
things called egg weights. They're like the size of an egg, and you can fit them in your hands. The Joy-Con isn't going to fit in your hands.
Yeah, but I could just
while
duct tape the Joy-Con to the. Let me start. I'll do a video on it. Let me start.
I'm sure they got weighted gloves though.
Tape a Joy-Con to the
Yeah, they
egg.
got weighted gloves. UFC
that.
gloves. They have weighted.
You can get that then.
Yeah, but awesome.
Now just get the Labo.
Just dip your hands in
Just get the
solid.
Labo. Put
If
the
you can-
cardboard. A bunch of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Dip
Pop
your
out
hands.
the
Dip your hands
Labo.
in solid gold, and then they'll be heavier.
That would be crazy. Tetris 99. A lot of competition out there, man.
Everyone's home.
Yeah, crazy competition. It took me a while since this whole thing happened, and everybody, has to stay home and whatever. I've been in the top 10, but I couldn't get past. I think fourth place was like the highest I was getting, and actually yesterday was like the first time that I got second place, and I was like, damn, that was rough, man. That was rough. It was like a fight for my life, man. It really was. I was like, wow, this is insane. But yeah, I was proud of it too. I'm like, I don't even care. I don't care about first place. I'm just happy with that.
Gotta stay on the grind.
Yeah,
Gotta stay on the grind.
But I took time off too on that. It wasn't something that I played every day. So, I got to get back on that.
Huh.
But of course, fitness boxing every day. Wargroove Double Trouble. Turbo forgot to mention that we've been playing that.
Yes, we have.
Dope game. Looking forward to finishing editing the first two battles that we did, the tutorial battle and the other one. But
y'all were on that for a hot minute.
Oh, dude, that battle was long.
No, each battle is gonna be like 2
Yo,
hours.
I was drawing I drew like 2 pages. I was like, y'all are still on that fucking battle.
Damn.
Oh, if you see the battle map,
Yeah, it's
holy
massive.
crap,
It's
man.
massive.
A lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot going on.
See, if I
There's
saw a
lot
map like
going
that in like Fire Emblem or Shining Force, I'd be like, this is heaven on earth.
then-
I'm like, I'm just gonna sit
It
here.
was. Don't get me wrong, it was great. It was fun.
But holy shit,
But imagine it 2 players though, co-op.
that's fun.
Radical Reggie says what's up. He's in the
What
chat.
up, Reggie?
What's going on, man?
Reggie, what's going on?
Speak the mics
Our
for
good
you.
friend Mikey
I went
Bees
back,
is in
man,
the
I went
chat too.
Mikey B.
Hey, Mikey B's, what up?
What up, Mikey?
Mikey Bees is in the chat. What up, Mikey Bees?
Oh shoot,
What up, son?
what's good?
Yeah.
Yo, Mike. Oh man, he can't send everyone a picture of the haircut.
What do you do to his hair? Oh, he messed it
Oh,
up.
dude.
right?
He tried to cut his hair. He fucked
No,
his whole
wrong.
shit up.
Barbershops are closed. Let's just keep it at that.
Yo, he should have just
No,
shaved
wrong.
it. He should have just given
Let's just
himself like.
let's just say, without giving away too much, the barbershops are closed, and he tried to take matters into his own hands.
Yeah.
and failed.
And how'd that go?
failed.
Oh no.
Speaking of Mikey
What are people
B's,
He
doing
was
to
so
Cuphead,
mad. He
man?
was like, ah.
that reminds me.
no.
Sorry, bro.
He's in a gameplay that I forgot to talk about.
Yes,
Oh,
I was
word, yeah.
gonna mention that.
Okay, go for
But
it.
no, you go
That's
ahead.
a transition.
No, you go
A
ahead.
transition.
No, you go ahead, man.
I transitioned.
You mentioned it. Well, come back to me. Go ahead.
Well, we played Moving Out.
Moving out. The demo.
Moving on out
Moving on out.
to the east side. No,
Hey, no.
Moving out.
now we played.
Moving Out looks like a lot of fun.
That game is fire, dude.
Yeah,
That
dude.
game is amazing.
It plays. It has the feel of Overcooked and Catastronauts. It has that feel, but it's also different. But
They
it has
did enough
that
to
feel.
change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
They did
different.
enough to change it and make it its own thing, but it still feels
Right.
like Overcooked.
Dude, the soundtrack is ridiculous.
And the soundtrack
ridiculous.
is awesome.
I was listening to the soundtrack. I was like, it's pretty
Dude,
good.
that's
I was like,
serious.
wow.
It's 80s, man.
It's the dude from You Got the Touch.
Yeah.
Who did that? I gotta get him on the pad. Man, listen.
The podcast.
Man, listen.
Podcast.
We should tell Mikey to come down so we can see his haircut.
Yeah.
Because he has a new nickname now. It's Mikey Haircut. He gave himself that
What up,
nickname.
Mikey?
Yeah, we have to
Haircut?
change his screen name.
He just gave himself that nickname. He should
Change
come
his gamer
down.
tag to Mikey Haircut.
Mikey B's is Mikey Buzz.
Mikey Buzz.
Mikey Buzz.
Mikey Buzz.
Oh, man.
But real quick,
I might risk Corona just to go see it.
yeah,
Ain't worth it. Ain't worth it.
it ain't worth it. No,
He said, no, it's not worth it.
Ain't worth it.
not worth it.
I'll just text you a picture. It's all good.
He says he's looking forward to the total game.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely something to look out for.
Cool.
Oh, that game is fire, dude. That game is so much fire.
I attempted to play Doom Eternal again. I gave it a little rest, waiting for an update, and of course, 20 minutes into the fucking battle, it crashed
Again.
again.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, I wanted to fling my controller, PS4 controller, right through the window.
Wait, what system was that?
PS4.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at Joe trying to
look
get
at that,
some,
yeah.
get some jokes.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
You gotta take every chance you get. You
What
gotta do it.
system
Yeah,
was
you got
Final?
it. You got to take
Final Fantasy Remake was for what?
It's time exclusive.
Moving on.
time exclusive.
Okay.
We're
All
supposed
right.
to get all the
All
downloadable
right.
content and all
No
that.
worries. No worries.
I don't even know if there is any.
Yeah.
I don't think there's gonna be downloadable content. That thing is done.
It better not.
That thing's complete.
No,
you're
there
good,
better not be
you're good.
DLC. DLC should be the next.
The
Imagine.
other two games real quick. Battle Chasers. Dope game. Dope dope game. I was getting through a dungeon, like the first dungeon, and I was having trouble because it doesn't play like other dungeon like other
Isn't it like
RPGs.
a Final Fantasy?
It's like a.
Like old school one?
It's like it turns into. It reminded me of like Baldur's Gate when you go into the dungeon. So it's
Really?
like a top. You know what I mean? Like the top angle.
Can
whatever.
you see your enemies around?
You can see the enemies, but when you run into the enemies, instead of fighting them head on, you go to that like Final Fantasy, like you go into that battle.
Active time battle.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, but it's not.
You move around?
It's a turn based,
Yeah.
but like you move around the map, like in Final Fantasy, when you move around the map and then you encounter an enemy. But when you're going through the dungeon and you're moving around the map, it looks like Baldur's Gate, like a full on like. Like
But
it looks like a
it's got
dungeon
Joe-
crawler.
I'm not interested
But
in that.
it also has.
It's got Joe Mad art though, right?
But yeah, it's Joe Mad art. It looks beautiful. But the cool thing is that when you're doing that, you also have like obstacles in the dungeon that you have to dodge and stuff.
Okay.
And you got like puzzles and stuff like that to get through, and so it's like it kind of a dungeon crawler mixed with a
Turn-based RPG.
RPG. It's really good.
I have it.
Really good. And the dialogue.
I just haven't played it yet.
The dialogue is really good. Obviously, it's Joe Madureira.
I actually thought of messing with that a while ago.
comic book. It's comic
I
book.
probably would if I didn't have the backlog of open world games.
Yeah. But fun game, man. I just finished the first dungeon. The boss fight was like, I was actually gonna stop playing it because I was like,
Because you beat that ass.
yo, I was getting my ass. No, I was getting my ass beat, man. They start you off with like nothing, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? I keep dying at the same thing. And I try to go back, and I kept dying. And I'm like, damn, what am I doing wrong? You know? And I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going. But then once I got to the battle, I beat somebody, and then I got like new weapons and stuff, and I was like, this is when the game started changing.
What they want you to
oh,
do
this
is
is nice.
buy the comic book.
Yeah.
Read what to do in the game.
Well, I'm hoping this has the freaking whole story of what happens, because the comic book that's like the biggest comic book. If you know anything about the game, or not the game, but the comic book series, it was like
The cliffhanger, right?
The biggest cliffhanger in comic book
Hence the
history.
name. Isn't it on Cliffhanger Comics?
Yeah, it's Cliffhanger Comics. Yeah.
Wow.
Joe Madureira was a comic book artist, and he came with this, and also a writer too. He wrote Battle Chasers, the comic book series. It was a 3 or 4, I think, 3 or 4 comics.
3 comics.
Or is it 3?
Yeah.
And that's it.
was
He
Danger.
never finished the story. He never, and till this day, it's never finished.
It was Danger Girl. It was
Danger Girl, yes.
Crimson.
Cliffhanger
And then
comics.
it was Battle Chasers.
Battle Chasers.
But that ended on issue 9,
yeah,
I think. And then
Yeah.
either 8 or 9. And then it just died.
stopped.
Yeah.
Never,
And he knows.
never.
He knows.
But so what happened was after.
He
well,
knows.
What happened after that was that he started a video game company. He started producing games,
Now he started drawing pinups.
and that's why you got the Darksiders. He's a
Started drawing pinups.
well, he did. He's responsible for the Darksiders
Art.
artwork and that whole franchise.
Darksiders Genesis, by the way, is a 2-player co-op game. Just so
Multiplayer.
everybody knows.
Yeah, it looks good. Interesting. A little different.
but dope game.
2-player co-op.
The last thing I'm playing is Evil Within 2 for the first time.
That's something
And
Jammer
I gotta
told you to
say,
play, right?
Wait.
Jammer told you to play that.
Yeah. No. Actually, Radical Reggie is a huge fan of
Oh, is
Evil
he?
Within 2. Yeah.
Oh,
and
shoot.
I'm a monster fan of that game. Probably
Oh,
one of the
dude.
best horror games I've ever played.
I like horror games, but I played
I don't.
halfway through the first one. I lost interest in the first one because first of all, the story was corny.
And the voice acting was awful.
The voice acting was awful,
And the
graphics
controls were terrible.
I could get over the graphics, even though
Graphics are fine.
they were like outdated. But I could get over
Graphics
that.
are fine.
But the control was terrible. I hated the control. I hated the way the camera was like.
But the terror in part one.
The bosses were good. I like the boss battles, but I just lost interest, man. I just lost interest, and it was mainly because of the
Better
control.
than Resident Evil.
2's a masterpiece. Evil Within 2 can hold up against Resident Evil easily.
Yeah, it's
Definitely
actually
hold up
it's a
against
different it's a whole different animal than Resident Evil. I would say it compares more to PT.
So it's more
It's more of a
And yeah, it
psychological
fucks
horror.
with your head a lot.
It's a psychological horror.
less than the Hollywood aspect of Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's a Hollywood movie.
Well,
basically.
Resident Evil is more action
Yeah.
than this. This is more like really psychological. Like you see visions and stuff that happen that aren't.
And you've
there.
only played what?
I've only played like 3 hours of the
Oh
freaking
man,
game.
I can't
man.
wait for you to get certain
And
parts.
I'm like,
This
yo,
shit's crazy.
and I tried playing late last night. I had to go to bed early. And it was like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, dang, I gotta go to bed. And I'm like, I throw it on. I'm like, let me play an hour of this, right? And I got up to like this one part, and I was just like, oh no, man, it's too late for this. I can't play.
You can't go to bed.
It's dark.
It's the last images you get before you go to bed. You
It's
can't do that to
late,
yourself.
And I'm like, what did I do,
Nope.
man?
Hell
I'm
no.
like, I done fucked up. I done fucked up. I can't do this right now.
I'm the boogeyman. I don't come to get you.
No way. No, thank you.
Ah, man, I couldn't do it, man. But I'm very impressed with what
It's awesome.
I've played so far. I like the story automatically from right off the bat. Hooked me.
It's
I was
awesome.
like,
It's a really awesome game.
Definitely a sleeper.
It should be a freaking movie.
It's
Like
a
the
beautiful
story
game.
itself. I'm like, how did Hollywood not do something like this?
Because Hollywood sucks and they would ruin it.
Freaking
I'm sure they're
awesome.
trying. I'm sure they're trying to do it, and they're trying to do it their way, not the way the video game intended, which is probably why it's never going to happen.
They'll probably go right to
they do
TV.
that-
And if it did, they'd probably fuck it up anyway.
Yeah, go right to
It'll be
TV.
made by
It's
Uwe
got to be
Boll.
Resident Evil Within.
Resident
man.
Evil Within.
If they make the movie, that's what it's going to be.
Resident
mashup.
Evil Within. That's genius.
Resident Evil Within 2 remake.
That's a hell of a game, man.
Resident Evil Within.
What
awesome.
are you playing, man?
Oh, before I get into the games, I wanted to ask Turbo a question real quick because it's bothering me ever since you said Baldur's Gate. And I've been talking about this for the past couple of days. What I'm almost positive this is from Baldur's Gate. Remember, like, I forgot what action you have to do to get that sound, but remember when the guy goes, I'm not interested in that. Is that from Baldur's Gate?
Yes.
Is that Baldur's Gate?
That reminds me of Baldur's Gate.
That's from Baldur's Gate, right?
I'm not interested
In that. I can't do
not
that. That's Baldur's Gate, right?
It might be Baldur's
Okay.
Gate. Yeah.
Part 2 maybe.
It sounds. I know that. I know.
If
what you're
anybody in the
talking
chat
about.
knows, Reggie, you probably know. Like, I'm not interested in that. Like, who says that? It's bothering me. Anyway,
I think it was from the.
That's
If
crazy.
I recall, I think it was Baldur's Gate.
yeah, I'm
also.
almost positive it's Baldur's Gate. What have I been?
That might be
What have I been
Baldur's Gate.
playing? Obviously, I'm not sure what I said last time.
You're talking about Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance.
Yeah.
'Cause there's
Yeah.
a difference.
Yes. That's
Okay.
probably
for
it.
the 360.
All right.
What am I playing?
Yes.
I beat God of War 2. I think I mentioned that last time. Did I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I played through God of War 3 and beat God of War 3, and I must say,
Really?
if you haven't played God of War 3, shame on everybody
Shame on you, Chalk.
who has not played God of War 3. I played through part 1 and 2. It's like, okay, you know, some of the stuff is dated in part 1 and 2, and you're like, all right, okay, they're dope games for the time they came. They're dope games. There's tons of, you know, things gameplay mechanics that I didn't like in that game, in both of those games. But part 3 was breathtaking. That was legit
Part 3 is awesome.
breathtaking. The Titan fight. I was like, what? Jay, you saw me playing that. I'm like,
Oh,
what
the scale is
is
completely
going on right now? I'm like, I'm fighting on top of somebody. Like, it was crazy.
That was crazy.
Insane game.
The word is epic.
Yeah.
Is what you're looking
Chuck,
for.
Chuck, if you have no intentions of going back and playing any of the God of Wars, I strongly suggest play 3. Go backwards, fuck it. Go backwards, play 3. 3 is amazing.
Oh, it's a different.
It's
You can play.
so good.
You can play 3, and it won't have any impact on 4 because 4 is a different mythology altogether.
And you like
So it's a completely different game.
and you like Devil May Cry.
Yes.
So if you
It's a different game, but it's
no,
still
it's I
follows
mean,
the same
story wise, it's a different game. So it's you different enemies, different.
In the way
World.
that the original God of War played, this takes it to the pinnacle of the way that game plays. And then obviously God of War, the new one, is a different type of gameplay, and that is a different beast all its own.
every gamer should play part 3. They have to play part 3. That is I didn't because the funny thing is, remember, I'm one of the latest people to the series possible, but after 1 and 2, I'm like, yeah, they're dope games, but I didn't get that God of War feeling that everyone's like, yo, God of War, you play God of War? And I'm like, all right, 1 and 2 is, yo, they're cool, but 3 got me like, all right, I'm gonna shut up. That is crazy. That game was crazy. So I beat that, took a couple of day break from the God of War bug, and I started playing Smash Ultimate Online. So whooping
Relax with that W.
some
Yeah.
asses. I got 4 of my characters up to the 5 mils. Everyone else is either in the 4s or knocking on the door of 4s.
Good.
Tons. I put in tons of hours, and I beat a lot of fucking 6 million douchebags
Yeah.
online.
I play people who are 6 million. Sometimes I kill them, And sometimes I'm like, yo, they're crazy, you know. So it's like I'm like, who are these clowns in the sixes?
I played the best Mario fighter in the world last night. Like I'm not because he was only like 3 mil, but dude, I don't know how he's in the 3 mils. This guy swept me 3-0. I can't even hit this. I can't hit him.
He's probably helping someone else out.
Dude, yeah, he might be. He might be. I couldn't hit him. I said I can't hit him. There's nothing I can do.
That's the actual Mario.
No,
I know that makes you want to throw.
yeah, I'm like, and the funny thing is, I was just, and Mikey B's was watching. He's like, oh my god. I'm like, yeah, this guy's the best Mario in the world. I don't even care what anyone else says. This guy has to be the best Mario in the world. This guy just destroyed me, and it was really, really embarrassing. Then I took it out on other people. But after after I did a couple of days of Smash Ultimate, I started God of War Ascension today.
Yes.
I put in like probably 3.5 hours. It's dope. Ascension's definitely a dope game. I'm happy I'm playing it.
Ascension's great.
Yeah, Ascension's pretty dope.
Ascension's great.
I'm having a lot of fun with that, but I could already see some of the enemies are pretty cheap. And I'm like, there's some shit that's gonna happen later that's probably gonna get me very angry.
Dude.
But it's dope. After that's done, I'm gonna move right on to God of War.
Kev, did you play that?
Yeah. Ascension,
No.
yes. I got
No.
I got all the way to the
No, not
end,
that.
and then
No.
my PS3 broke and destroyed my freaking
Not that one.
memory card.
Nope.
What?
God of War, the new one.
What?
Did you play the new one?
No, man, I thought you meant Ascension.
That's why I said God of War.
I did not play. That's the next game I play after Fallen Order. That's actually next.
You didn't play
and
it
then
then.
I go back to Uncharted 4.
So the answer is no.
That's all I want to know.
wow. Took the long
He asked a
way
yes
to
or no
that.
question, and he went in
You
the
know what's
long.
crazy? Kev started the Uncharted series years before I did.
And God of War.
And God of War.
Yeah.
And I'm ahead of him. I finished God of War. I finished 1 through 4. And the, what was it, Lost Chapters or whatever the fuck they call it?
Not 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
God of War.
What? No, I'm
finished
talking
1
about Uncharted.
Uncharted. You said God of War.
I said God of War?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit, my bad. Uncharted 1 through 4. And what was Lost Chapters with the 2 chicks?
Oh,
What's
lost.
Something.
The side, the spinoff.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours or something.
Yeah.
Dope game also. I
Yeah.
did that. Kev didn't do those. He didn't finish
What?
the Uncharted.
I think you did.
4?
Oh well.
Nah,
no,
he didn't finish
I
it.
did not.
He didn't finish 4 yet.
I thought you finished-
1, 2, and 3. That was it. 1, 2,
He
and
didn't
3.
even finish 4 yet.
Finish 4
It's
yet.
free now. Yeah, you're going to play it now? It's free now.
I have the disc. It's in my. It's at
You
my
have
house.
collection?
I have it.
You have Uncharted Collection,
It's all free now.
and you have 4.
I beat the Uncharted collection. I don't need the Uncharted
I
collection.
think if you have PS Plus, it's all free. Because I just looked and they were asking me for money. I'm like, what?
No.
No.
Excuse me?
You don't need it. It's Sony's offering free of charge, whether you have it or not.
I'm in charge.
If you have a PlayStation, the console, you go to the PlayStation
Yeah.
Network, and you can download it for free.
That's the
It's a promotion that they're doing for the quarantine. It's called the Play at Home.
initiative.
Chuck, you need to get on. You got get on these Uncharteds, man. I'm like,
Seriously, man.
Shame on you.
I'll mail
All right.
you the freaking. If there's anything wrong with that, you can't get it. You can't
Play 'em.
download it. Something's wrong with your internet. I will mail you my copy.
No, it's a
Play.
It's a dope series.
That's how good it is.
It's a dope series.
With part 4, I'll even lend you that and the spinoff
Yeah.
because you'll want to play them all.
I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, it's not like
They're not long games, so
had
it's not like
PlayStations for all of these games and just didn't play them. I had a PS2 and then I had a PS4.
Chuck, I think all of us collectively and the chat are tired of your excuses. Just play the games.
no, they're not
Alright?
that long.
I didn't have I'm not a PlayStation fanboy like
Listen.
Cut his mic. Cut his mic. Cut his
I
mic.
respect it. I'm not a
No,
fanboy.
listen. Knowing how you play games, you will probably run through this in like 2 weeks. You'll run through all of them. Knowing how you play,
Okay, fair enough.
you'll run through all of them.
That does sound accurate.
Within 2 weeks, you'll run through every one of them,
I highly recommend it. Dope
and it's
series.
highly recommended.
Dope series.
Especially 4.
It's a very quick series too. Just
Yes.
bang bang. But
4 is the longest one, but even still, it's
It goes fast.
yeah.
goes very fast.
But just to see the progression and how they fix stuff up,
Yep.
very well worth
Great
it.
game. Great series. Great
Yeah,
series.
you didn't play it.
I played.
He said, "You ain't
Wow.
play it.
4 is the best.
Damn.
You ain't play it."
Say you ain't played.
You beat 4, Kev?
I didn't beat 4, man. Look,
Finish that.
I didn't
Finish
before,
that.
look.
Finish that. Then
Let me
jump
ask
on
you,
to
how
God of War.
far did you get in 4, if you remember? if you recall.
Oh, it's like they were shooting at me.
Oh, that
Oh,
part.
yeah.
shooting at
that
you.
narrows it down.
Doesn't that
They
happen?
were shooting at me.
Wow.
They shooting.
I
Wow.
know. It's like I used the grappling hook. I swung over this chasm.
So you started the game. At some
Yeah,
point.
Yeah, right?
So it's the first 10
So it's
minutes.
the beginning, yeah.
Okay, no problem. So you hit start.
All right.
Good for
And
you.
then-
So moving on.
Moving
I
on.
played this part. It was like I played this part so many times. I kept getting killed too.
Sounds about right.
Oh, boy.
Sounds about right.
Wow. Well,
I
let's
forgot. I'm gonna play it again. So
let's move on to the news.
To the news.
Yeah, man. All right. So let's jump into it, shall we?
Beep, boop, bop, boop, beep.
That's a new news sound.
All right. So
He said, beep, bop, boop. What the fuck was that?
Sorry.
we desperately need a sound.
Yeah.
No,
effect,
we
right?
do, man.
No, we do.
We gotta
We
get
just
that
make
pop.
that up.
I got to work on that.
So, the pandemic disrupts supply chain and shipments of the Nintendo Switch console to Japan. They're suspended. So, Japan's not getting. So, this is how it is. The Switch has been selling out. We've talked about this. Everyone's at home. Everyone's ordering systems. Everyone needs something to do. Video games is the number one choice that they're doing.
You damn right it is.
Yeah.
So, it's becoming rare to find a Switch in retail right now. You might find one if you're lucky. Check right in the morning, right when they get their shipments.
Right.
Maybe you'll get them because they are still sending them to the U.S. and
Germany.
Europe.
I think in the article it said Germany, if I remember correctly.
That's over there.
He said that over there.
But yeah, you could say Europe. Yeah, Europe.
Exactly. But it's hard. It's so hard for them to keep up that they've stopped it in Japan. But it's weird because people have been buying all the systems the second they get a chance, and they've been stockpiling them. Because I've seen from orders at places like Best Buy that people are trying to order like all of them.
So it's no different than toilet paper.
Yeah, it's pretty
I'm
much.
saying.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
So people aren't wiping their
Nintendo
ass with
Switch
the
is the new
Switch.
They're
toilet.
wiping the ass with the Switch.
Yo, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
But I've seen people trying to order.
We're in the middle of a pandemic. Video
It
games.
said the limit is 75. I was like, hey, that limit seems a little high. Don't you think?
That's a little high.
What?
It was like a
For consoles?
$14,000
Jesus.
order for all of the Switches that they had in stock.
Stop it.
Because what
Wow.
they're doing
Wow.
is they're getting them and they're reselling
Selling them.
them
Yep.
online for $500, $600. So
So they
they're,
make
they're
a profit.
almost doubling their money when they do this thing. So
Jeez.
people who have money
Artificial inflation.
doing it, and it's
Wow.
it's real bad, man.
Artificial.
Well, I'm selling mine for $800. If anybody, no, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
People are selling
No,
like
it's
joking.
the Animal Crossing Special Edition one has been going for like $700 to $800.
you know it's fucked up.
That's ridiculous.
It's legal, which sucks, but at the same, it's artificial inflation, man. There's nothing you can't really. There's nothing. The only thing that you could do to stop it is
Arrest them.
Yeah, right.
Just arrest every one of them.
Yeah, pass legislation. No, no.
Arrest them.
But the only thing they could really do to stop that, just same with toilet paper, same with all that shit.
One per
is-
person.
Exactly. It's to limit, like lower the limit, man. 75, dude.
It's
That's
crazy.
insane.
It's like, oh, they're in. They're mine.
Yeah, like make the limit like 2. That's it.
All of them.
You know.
Yeah.
Retro Advisory Board in the chat said, "Don't worry about the whole Switch, but the Joy-Cons have high def rumble. If you got to wipe in style."
That's true, man.
They have
like
dual
that-
purposes.
It's like that
Bravo.
Toto toilet seat. Just put
Bravo.
it.
Hey, they got that rumble for a reason.
Yeah.
Chill.
That's awful.
Your
That's
leg,
really bad.
your leg falls asleep in the toilet. Like, oh no. Just massage it out. Just massage it out.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
hopefully we'll get more and people will stop abusing it and people can actually buy them normally.
Right.
But as we see, this pandemic is still going, so I don't see this slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
No. So
Unfortunately.
if you ain't got a Switch, yeah, assed out right now. You can go to, I mean, like I said, you can go to eBay. You just have to pay out the ass.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about it? Chalk and Kev.
I'm not surprised. Video games are the safest thing to do right now, and it's almost like an unlimited escape to this terrible reality that we're living right now. So I get it. I understand why there's a shortage, but there's no reason for people to buy 75 of them and hoard them like it's toilet paper. It's stupid. Like it's ridiculous. It's unreasonable.
What if it's for a whole
Yeah.
school? Nah.
Yeah.
A gaming school.
all right, if you're handing them out at school, okay. Fine.
Somebody-
That
It's
makes
for an
sense.
school?
it's for an
What school?
esports team. Let me stop now.
No, they should definitely.
You got an
do, like,
esports team that's 75.
Yeah. It's a training school. It's a training school. No,
You definitely gotta do like they do at the supermarkets and like limit 1 or 2 per customer.
That ain't helping with the toilet paper.
but-
It don't matter.
If
It don't matter. It's gone.
it's-
It's gone.
Well, they are
I'm
doing it though, because I saw. Actually, I went grocery shopping today, and I saw. I was in shock. The whole aisle
Was full of switches.
full of toilet paper and switches. No, so-
It was Nintendo toilet paper.
yeah.
They should be banking off that right now.
But yeah, no. But the reason why is I found out the reason why is because they limited to 3 rolls, and that was it. Three
wow.
rolls per customer.
Man,
That's the way to do it.
But that's the way to do it. How are you
need
gonna
to-
go through 3
Look.
rolls of toilet paper in one
Well,
day?
this is the problem. Most of the people aren't cooking at home, so they're ordering a lot of Taco Bell and Chinese. So they're gonna be shitting a lot. So they need a lot of
First of
toilet
all,
paper.
they're not ordering any Chinese because all the Chinese food restaurants are closed.
That's not true.
Well, it depends.
Which one is
It
open?
depends on where
Man,
you are.
I just went to Mimi's Kitchen.
Where is that? Let me stop.
I'm not gonna tell you the location, but I went to Mimi's Kitchen. All right. They gave me my chicken broccoli steamed with some fried rice in there.
Moving on.
Holy shit! Way to derail that. Wow. But damn.
wow.
So hopefully we get some switches. soon.
Yeah, hopefully we get them soon.
I got
And
mine.
Only thing I'm worried about is if, like, for anybody out there who like has, like, if you break your Switch or something happens to your console, you're fucked.
You're prepared to be bored.
Oh, dude, that sucks, dude.
Yeah.
That's the
That
only thing
sucks
I'm worried
for-
about. Other than that, it's like all you can do is wait.
Hey,
man.
worst case scenario, man. If my Switch breaks, we still got a Dreamcast somewhere. Hook that
Oh,
up.
yeah, we
I still
gotta
got a
break that.
Saturn somewhere.
gotta
Hopefully
break
it still
that out.
works. I'll break it out.
Go retro, man.
Well, listen. On to the next news. I got a solution for you.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
I don't like the solution.
So, if you didn't get that Switch and you need something to play, Google Stadia is now free to anyone with Gmail addresses.
Look at him trying to get down on the segue.
Really?
Yeah.
You're trying to
It's
get
free
down
for
on
how
the
long?
segue.
Yeah.
For how long?
So,
Forever,
moving on.
Right.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So it's now free to anyone with Gmail. 2 months of Stadia Pro. That includes 9 games for free. If you are a member of YouTube Premium.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The
You're
disrespect
part of the
is real.
problem. You're part of the problem, man.
So if you have YouTube Premium and you're paying for that, they are giving away the paid subscription service of Stadia for it's the Pro. It comes with the 9 free games, and you can stream in 4K.
What games? Or any games?
I can go down the list. So this is the problem. So
This is the problem.
This is the problem. So the free games that they are giving with that is the Destiny 2, the collection,
Oh, dear.
Grid,
Okay.
Guilt,
That's a racing
which
game.
is the game that's only for Stadia. They're exclusive. Steam World Dig 2,
That's available on everything, but it's free, so
Steam World Quest, Hand of Gilgamesh,
that's a good one.
Gilgamesh,
I have that. That's a good game.
Not bad.
Serious Sam Collection,
Not bad.
I don't know about that.
Splitlings, Stacks on Stacks on
Okay.
Stacks.
That sounds like a rap song.
Yeah. And
Racks on
and,
racks. Stacks on
And-
yes.
and Thumper.
You know what's
So,
funny? I have no
Thumper's
idea
good.
what any of those games are.
Thumper's a
There
rhythm
are
game.
a lot of indie titles in there.
yeah,
Oh.
But I mean, it's not the best list of free games if you're going to go the pro way, but at least it's 2 months
free.
free. But what they are doing, like I said, with Gmail address, you get the free service completely. And that means you can run their stuff on 1080p. They also, on pro, they are making it 1080p right now because they don't want you to run stuff at 4K because everyone's online. So you can change it back to 4K, but it's defaulting to 1080p. But you still got to buy your games if you run the free service, but you can play them everywhere, like on your computer, on your phone, or your TV. You can use the controller, which they'll sell separately at $69 because you don't have to buy the whole thing.
if you have an Android,
The Chrome Ultra,
oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
the Chromecast.
So if you have
you
that,
can
but
do
you
that.
could use any Bluetooth.
You can use, let me see here.
Because if you could use another Bluetooth controller with that, and not get their proprietary one,
Yeah.
then that would be worth it.
Well, it says you can use the Stadia controller or you can use any USB supported controller or mouse and keyboard.
Oh, so that's fine.
Yo, they were better off doing like 3 known titles that everyone does know, and then the rest could be just toilet paper.
Well, the thing is, I understand why they did indie games because like you can't really get a AAA title to cooperate to give away the game for free.
It
You're
doesn't
not gonna,
have to be AAA.
I'm saying, or anything. You know,
Anything
what I mean?
that you know of.
Yeah, anything that you know of.
Get
is,
like a nice overcooked. Get like a Children of Mortar up in there. Like,
Most of these are more popular on PC,
right.
you know,
so they're gonna get those first.
Right.
like those titles would be dope.
The Retro Advisory Board in the chat said, when people have to pause and weigh the value of free, your platform needs a little work.
Oh, it definitely does.
Yeah.
It definitely
Yeah.
does need work.
Very true.
They have a lot of
Very
problems with
true.
Stadia right now, and I don't agree with a lot of stuff that they're
That's
doing.
true.
But
They'll get there though.
offering the free service is a step in the right direction, but it should have been done months ago, and they should have more than 30 games right now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you could say the same for like PlayStation Now. Like their service.
Oh no, they improved. Yeah,
Of course,
They
when they
started
first
wrong.
started off, they started completely wrong, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's dead in the water, this and that, or whatever." But look at it now; it's like you see the progression.
but
It's
is this enough of a change to get people to try it? Because like I have YouTube Premium. You have YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
Have you been enticed to try the free service for the 2 months?
What do you mean?
The pro service. Have you been? Have you even wanted to even try to say, hey, it's 2 months for free? Would you even want it to play any of those 9 games for free right now?
If it's free, yeah.
I haven't used it.
Well, the problem is, and with like you said before, the issue is with the games
Good.
on that list. I own like 90% of the games on
Okay.
that list, and the other games that I don't own on that
You don't
list,
have guilt.
I don't want. I don't want Sam and whatever the heck that other game was.
Serious
that,
Sam. Man.
Serious Sam.
That's the Duke Nukem game.
Nah, I don't want that. I don't want that. But
Damn.
it's like, but I'm not that. I'm not the demographic though. But
You
for
don't
anybody,
even want it for free?
for anybody out there that doesn't have a console or doesn't have the money or the means to afford to buy a,
You can try it.
I can try it, and that's always a good thing, man.
But it's
always a good
sad
thing.
that I didn't want to try it for free. I have not tried it yet.
I think you're in trouble when people don't want to try it for free. Mm-hmm. I think you're in trouble. It doesn't matter how much money you have to invest in Stadia. It's like if people aren't trying shit out for free, it's a problem. It's a problem.
They need
Well,
to
here's
do
the
it
thing.
now.
Well, all right. I'll give you this example. Actually,
tough.
PlayStation, right? Sony. They're right now. It's not on their news or anything like that, but I just found an article today saying that Sony's offering the Uncharted Collection and Journey
Yep.
for free from April 15th to May 5th, free of charge, with or without a PS Plus or whatever, PlayStation Plus subscription.
Ubisoft is offering Assassin's Creed 2 also.
On Assassin's Creed 2. They also
Hey, titles I recognize.
Assassin's Creed
Titles I
Collection.
know.
but that's
old. It's very
Sony,
old.
and
It's
that's
very
that's Sony, right? A game company that has a relationship with all these developers.
Right.
This is Google, not a game company.
Yeah.
That's starting out to get into the into the whole realm of gaming. So they have to start somewhere. I think they're
think
not
that-
there yet. They had a long way to go. But I think it's a step in the right direction, like you said before.
You think now would be a good time to do it since, hey, I might not have any money for a while. Let me try out something for free.
I don't know.
But
I honestly don't know.
Well, we have a backlog.
For me
think so.
personally,
We have a
no,
backlog.
because I don't. But I'm not that demographic because
But
we're
put it this
actually
way.
we're well off with games and stuff.
But yeah,
like, that,
like
so.
if you didn't have a backlog of games that you had to get to, and you had nothing, and you were bored out of your
Exactly.
mind, and they
Exactly.
offered free
Oh
stuff,
yeah, free would sound
then
good.
Exactly.
you try it.
Free would sound great if I was bored out of my
But
mind.
I mean, even now, they're probably doing a stress test. This is still a beta test. I don't care if it's free
Of
or
course,
not.
of course
They're trying
it
to see how many people can go online at the same time since everyone's
Right.
at home and
Right.
see if it's going to crash their systems.
right.
And when they find out 5 people are on, it's not really going to stress test them at all.
You know what though? The games that I just mentioned for Sony that they're offering for
It's a no stress test.
the games that I just mentioned before that they're offering for free, Sony, right? I looked online, and this is on the PlayStation message board. Do you know how many people, ungrateful freaking bastards,
People aren't,
are complaining
'Cause they
about
have
free
it.
games?
'Cause
And
it's a popular game.
these are like good games. The Nathan Drake collection, the Uncharted collection, is a dope series. That's a dope game. It's a good.
That's a long game.
Yeah, right. So it's
get
3
three
games in
different
one.
I was just checking out that article. I think the sales. I mean, the free download starts at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because it said 8 p.m. Pacific time.
Ah, okay.
There you go.
All right. Well,
So
Yeah, it's
beyond
today,
that,
but it starts at 8 p.m. Pacific time.
if
there
you
you
ain't
go.
got it, take advantage.
yeah. If you can get it. If you don't have it, take advantage. I read some other people in the chat that said, "Oh shoot, I have PS Plus and I missed because they offered it for free on PlayStation Plus. But once the month is over, that's it. You lose your chance to get it." And he's like, "Oh, I missed out on it. I wanted the collection."
And you can keep it.
And then
though.
he's like, "Oh, this is great. I got it now."
You can keep it, even
Yeah.
if you're not a part of anything.
Exactly.
It's yours to
and
keep.
it's yours to keep. But people were still complaining about that.
Of
So
course they
it's
were.
like,
Of course they were.
I'm just
Well,
like,
they will always complain.
But as far
no
as-
matter what it is,
I do want to try this. I do want to try Stadia.
Yeah.
To see if it's worth it, to see what all the hubbub is about, and to see
Yeah.
if it's going to work at all without, because I don't have the controller.
well,
I
is
do
there
have-
any games?
Well, I want to see how it runs. If it's going to be free, I want to see how it runs. I'll try it out. I don't
Right.
want them to waste the 2 months and then I don't get it. If you are a member also, they will give you 2 months for free
Right.
instead of paying that $10 a month. But I mean, I want to test drive it and see how the games run so I can talk more.
Make a video about
From-
it.
I gotta
How
give
it
a
is.
shout out to Jammer because he has the Google thing.
He tried it, yeah.
He tried it. So I gotta give him a shout out and see, or hit him up and see if he, if he could try it out. And
He's
I
gonna,
wanna
he's
know-
gonna be like, nah, don't do that.
I want to know if there's a difference.
Shout out to our newest subscriber, J Biggs,
Oh.
aka Big J NYC. Thank you for subscribing.
Yo.
What up,
to
brother?
us.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Cheers
Thank
to you,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
But I want to
Thank
know
you.
what the hubbub is about it. I want to see if it's any good or not without the controller. So I want to know. I'm not going to buy the controller, obviously.
No,
not
Hell
right now.
no.
No.
Not off this.
Hell no.
Not off
Money.
this list of games.
to try out for free.
But
No.
I do want to see if I can run it from here. Man, I can talk about it and have more of a hands-on approach with it.
It's worth it, man.
Jay, that's your project and your project alone. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Well, we can try Steam World.
yeah, right.
2 players.
I
No, it's
have
not- it's
that.
not
Well,
2
I have that
players.
on the Switch. I bought that on the Switch. Damn it! I should have gotten it for free. Let me say that.
Well, you can compare it. See which one. If there's lag, you know how it plays
Actually, yeah.
originally.
No,
So,
that's actually a good thing. I could make a video on that.
yeah.
And if it's
do a
bad, do a
comparison.
rant.
You'd be
you
like,
go.
this is how it is
Oh,
in
yeah.
this area.
Haven't
Without
done a
internet.
rant in a while.
I got some-
We're due
Come
for
on,
one.
it's free.
yeah, there's a
You
rant.
can't rant about free.
Yeah, you're right. That sounds like ungrateful.
You know, you could definitely rant about free.
I don't know,
Like if
man.
somebody's like, "Yo, you hungry? I got this free plate of shit for you to eat." Yeah, I could rant about free.
I still win. He's trying to be nice.
Are you gonna eat it though? Like
You
got
gonna eat
nothing
that?
to
You don't have to
Gotta rant
take it.
about.
You don't have to rant about it though.
Why not?
you could just be like, no, thank you, and walk away.
Yeah, you gotta rant about
Yeah.
it. You gotta rant about it, man.
Like, hey, he can't cook. What's the problem?
What is this shit? I know it's shit. I told you it was shit.
Spit it out.
Moving on.
Anyway,
You're ungrateful.
Anyway.
Mimi's kitchen. No, I'm just kidding.
damn.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
They paying you?
Dude, I'm actually still fascinated. I brought that up during a podcast.
yes, you
That's
did, and you did it.
you like to sponsor
multiple
us.
times.
Yeah, like twice.
Free fried rice.
Oh, dude.
They got some good shit
Yeah,
over there. I'm
seriously.
telling you.
Wow.
Moving on.
How much are they paying you? All right. Anyway, let's go to the next news.
Ooh, I might need a shot for this one.
Oh man.
All right. A Resident Evil 4 remake is coming in 2022. And Veronica fans are upset.
I'm furious.
Do they? It doesn't need a remake.
Let's
Well,
talk
well,
about
all
it.
right, well,
Let's
first
talk
of all,
about it.
All right.
At least not
well,
yet.
first of all, how many Resident Evil 4s came out? Does anyone know the number of
The
how
same-
many?
the same
pretty much-
amount.
I think
The
3.
same amount as Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3.
It's on every platform.
And let's
Yes.
take into account that it's been remastered
Yes.
before.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yes.
it's been remastered.
Well, this is
No,
a
this is a
this is
remake
a
now.
remake though.
Not the same. Not the same.
So this is like they're adding new stuff to it, new mechanics.
Listen, people.
I
don't
beat
know.
that
This is-
game so many times. I am not playing it
I'm
over.
not.
Yeah, no.
I've yet to play it. I've yet to play Resident Evil 4.
It only works for Jay because he's the only one who didn't play part 4 here.
But listen, you think I'd be excited about it? I actually bought Resident Evil for like $3 for the PS4. I have it. It's a PS3 or whatever it was. It was $3 I could play it on the PS4. I have it. I have not played it yet because I saw people play it. I know the game. It's a great game, but the amount of time spent in it right now, I can't jump into it.
Dude, how many hours was that game?
It's
a
a
big
long
game.
game.
It was like 40.
That's
Yeah,
like
it's like
40
40
hour
hours.
Resident Evil
Yeah.
game.
For
Yes.
Resident
Resident Evil
Evil,
4
It
like
was 40 hours.
it's a long time
For an
Resident
action
Evil.
game.
Yeah, but here's the thing: I wish that if they are doing a remake of this, I wish they would have renamed the titles right, because Resident Evil 3 people are complaining because it's too short.
Right.
What Resident Evil originally was it's basically a DLC for Resident Evil 2. It's a bigger DLC, yes, but it's not a full on game. It was originally Resident Evil 2.5.
Right.
And I wish
Yeah.
they would have taken this opportunity to fix what they messed up with naming these titles and name that Resident Evil 2.5 and then named Resident Evil Veronica into Resident Evil 3 and fix your
That should have
titles.
been there. That's the
Fix
real
the titles
Resident Evil
because
Code Veronica.
everyone looks over Veronica because it's not a numbered title.
Right.
They don't think it's a real
They
title.
act like it's a side story.
They think that's the side story.
They treat it like a side story.
but the side story
Code Veronica was fine.
Oh, it's one of the best Resident Evils.
The side story was
Story.
Resident Evil 3. So, and everyone's like, oh, they did Resident Evil 2 so good. How did they drop the ball on 3? I was like, 3 was always this small. They may have cut some scenes out of it.
It's a side story. It happened at the exact same time before and during and after part 2.
But
Think of
people
the
really hurt.
of the launch cycle too. Like it came out
right away.
literally a year after 2 was.
Well, because
2 came out.
Capcom gets on
It
their
was a
cash
cash
grab.
grab.
They get on there
Yeah.
like, oh, 2 is hot. Let's do 3,
Right.
and we can do a little quick something so we can get that money or whatever. Because we'll just label it 3. Same thing. They did the same thing with Resident Evil 7. Let's put the Resident Evil name on it. Get that cash grab. It's nothing like Resident Evil, and it is not Resident Evil. And they're doing the same shit for part 4.
It's messed up
It
because
came out already. It's like the graphics is not that big.
Guys, you gotta.
Do you remember?
understand.
Actually, I was gonna say.
Capcom's trying to recoup money from Marvel vs. Capcom.
Well, they made that with fucking Resident Evil 2 remake, man. They made that back.
Do you guys remember a few months ago? There was rumors going around on, and actually it was on one of our news coverages that we discussed of like Capcom is developing a remake for something, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't confirmed, and obviously Part 3 was thrown in there. And
No, they were talking Dino Crisis.
people were talking about Dino
Yeah,
Crisis.
yeah.
Nobody's talking about that shit now. And it's like if
That's
they were gonna
tragic.
if they were gonna do a remake, like Resident Evil 4, I'm
Doesn't
like,
need
what?
it.
That's like a.
It doesn't need it right now.
I was like,
Waste.
wait, hold
But-
Dino
but-
Crisis would be good.
This is the thing. This is the thing.
Veronica would be good. But go ahead.
This is the thing. Resident Evil 4, the remake doesn't sound like it's going to be for the PS4. So imagine a Resident Evil remake at the standard of the next generation in 2022.
Boo.
Boo.
Well, Resident Evil 4 like that?
Boo.
It's not going to look like, it's going to look even way better than Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. So
Oh,
it's
who
not
cares?
like, well, it's not like you're just looking at a quick cash grab. They are going to make it later.
It still is. That's definitely a cash grab if it's part 4.
Listen, according to Capcom, this is still their biggest title for Resident Evil.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
the
yeah.
most sales they've
Yeah.
gotten
yeah,
for Resident
of
Evil.
course.
So it's like looking at.
Oh, wait.
So it's like wait. So this is like
Finish
them
the thought.
looking at Final Fantasy VII remake for them as a company because their sales
Nah.
were ridiculous.
No.
Resident
Nah.
Evil 4 didn't sell the most. 5 has it. 5's got the title. And it ain't
Not
touching-
better. It's
no,
not
no-
better.
Nah, but then Resident Evil 4 came out like 3 times. That's why it sold more than 5.
No, it didn't. Even if you count all of its ports, it still didn't sell more than 5.
Even Resident Evil 2
Google it.
remake.
Google, everyone in the chat, Google it right now. Let them
Even
know.
Resident Evil 2
Hold
remake.
on.
Listen, what's regarded as the top game, even if it's not sales? What's regarded as the top Resident Evil?
Resident Evil 4 is most people's favorites
Exactly.
that I hear.
So what's regarded
It's
as like
it's
that's why my reference for Final Fantasy.
But
is the
I
same.
don't know if that's the top though.
No, that's what's regarded as the number 1 title from
Yeah,
Capcom for
universally,
Resident Evil.
yeah.
Top
that
sales,
makes sense.
Top sales is 5.
That's not. Is it a better game? Is 5 a better game?
Yeah,
than
but
4?
we're
Yes.
talking about.
No, 5 is
I
better
think
than
5's
4.
a
Yeah,
better
I'll agree with that.
You think 5 is better than 4?
Absolutely.
I think 5.
Absolutely.
But when you
was
ask,
fire.
5 is definitely better than 4.
but when you ask people remember 4.
Name
4
it-
is the one.
What
Usually, most people like we're talking about averages here.
But the thing
on
is,
average,
if we're talking about sales, that still involves people. If people
Yeah.
say that 5 sold more, then that means people like 5 better than 4. Regardless if you read it on IGN or Twitter that people like 4 more, the sales say that 5 is better because more people bought it.
What if
Correct?
5 dropped to $30?
not
that fast,
necessarily because people can buy a bad game. Like you could buy a game,
But we're
like,
talking millions, though.
we're
We're not
talking
talking
about-
like 10, 40 people.
Same thing.
We're talking millions of people.
Fast and
here.
the Furious is a shitty franchise. I said it,
All right,
and
slow
that
down,
shit
slow
makes a
down.
lot of money, billions of dollars.
But that sucked off
it's-
the jump.
and
That
it's-
sucked off the jump.
No, well, that's
That was shitty off the jump.
Now
All right,
that's-
everyone knew it sucked off the
now
jump.
that's- now
all
that-
right?
now listen.
We can talk about Transformers
My-
also.
Suck off the jump. It made 9.
Transformers sucked off the jump also. I'll
Transformers
agree.
also.
I'll agree with that.
My point is, those franchises make a lot of money in the box office. Same
Doesn't
thing
mean
with
it's the
video
best.
games. Makes a lot of money in the sales. Doesn't mean that the game is good.
But Resident Evil is quality.
So-
Okay, Resident Evil has always been
Resident
quality.
Evil 5, okay,
Everything-
yes,
that
I agree.
series is
It is
quality.
it is better than 4. I agree with you on that. But when you ask the general public, most of them would say 4. They remember 4 as being their best.
People
Resident Evil.
offline will say most likely that 4
Hold
is
on.
the one they wait.
And it really comes
I'm
down
looking
to
at
the
Wikipedia.
generation, like what
It
generation
says,
you came from.
according
So
Hold.
to Capcom's Platinum Titles list, Resident Evil 4 has sold 5.9 million copies across all formats, making it the 4th best-selling Resident Evil
Okay.
game.
okay.
Well, there you go.
Well, I know Resident Evil 2 just sold 6 million, right? The remake.
All right,
I
man,
believe
listen,
so.
hold on.
What
I
about
believe
what
so.
about
I
reviews?
think that's
though?
right. I think that's right.
And
What
the
about
new one,
review scores?
Resident Evil 3 is up to 2 million right now. So they are making a killing with all these remakes.
Well, the thing is with Capcom, this is the thing. Resident Evil 4, they made bank. They make bank on all their Resident Evils. They make crazy bank.
6.
And I think that instead of going towards
6 might be the second
I
highest.
like 6.
wait a
I
second,
actually enjoy it.
but the thing is, like the remake, the whole point of the remake, right? Like
just to take something old.
take
and make it new.
something old and hideous and make it dope, right? Part 2 was old and dated. Most games on PS1 or Saturn, they're dated because the polygons, they're dripping, they're nasty, they're dated. So you'd redo it, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, that's crazy." Did the same thing with Part 3. Part 4 is not that.
No.
Part
Well,
4
listen.
is not that. Hold on 1 sec. Part 4 is not that. Code Veronica is that, and they completely took a shit on that by saying, "I swear to God, if Part 4 is remade." I'm gonna be very pissed off.
It's not to say that Code Veronica won't happen. Though.
I still think it will. I believe it will.
My problem is that they said that it's due to come out at what is it 2022?
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have a problem with them remaking 4.
If Veronica was first.
If they gave it the same treatment that they did with Final Fantasy and took 10 years to fucking make put the care and time and shit and with the updated, you know what I mean?
Listen, what they're updating is the controls. That's why 1 and 2 and
Right.
3 and was it 2 and 3? That's why changing it to what it is now, to what 4 introduced as far as controls over the shoulder and behind the back and stuff like that,
Right.
and not tank controls. That's why these games have improved so much on their older titles, because they added that control scheme. Now, if you're doing a remake and improving the graphics and the control screen's the same, you don't need to do that right
No.
now. That's the problem.
No.
And that's why Code Veronica can be changed, because that still has the old control scheme.
I agree with that. Now, the thing about 4, this is the only way I will co-sign on 4, okay? Part 4 was not survival horror.
That's
Okay?
action.
That was action.
Action.
That was the beginning of the action. This is when they started going away from the Resident Evil formula, and they went towards action-packed. You know, you got the people who were infected coming after you, like legit running after you, shouting shit. If they somehow changed that into some survival horror and added different elements to the game, co-op, even though I don't know who the hell would be the second player, but like if they did something that was so different,
Ada.
so different that it would be like, all right, this is definitely a new game.
Well, you know what?
And then they're not going to do that.
You
They're
know what,
not
though?
going to do that.
You know what, though? In their beta copies of Resident Evil 4, it was originally more horror-based. If you ever watched that trailer with the ghosts and everything,
Really?
with the curtains and all that.
Oh, wait. I think I know that.
They
shit.
they
Yeah.
had more horror based in it. So
Right.
if they did want to add some parts, like newer things in there to make it more scary,
They could do that.
that could be cool.
Yeah.
And maybe they had that plan because they had that.
Yeah.
Remember that they added stuff to 2? That was from Resident Evil 1.5?
Yep,
Right.
yep. Mhm.
And they had like the extra costumes and stuff in there.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
they referenced it.
Yeah.
Listen, I
But people were mad. Hold on.
oh sorry.
People were mad because they said if they're making 4, they don't want it to be like 3. I'm like, how would it be like 3?
It's not even
Because it's
remotely
not the
close.
same
It's
type
not
of
even
game.
remotely
No.
close.
They're like, because people were
Yeah.
mad because they cut out stuff in 3 and they changed stuff in it. And it was already a short game to begin with.
Right.
So they're like, oh, if they just do a cash grab and do 4 quickly like that, they don't want it. I was like, first of all, it's 2 years from now. And it's a much larger game, way larger
That's extremely
than
big
Resident
game.
Evil 3.
Very big
So
game.
it's not going to be that way. It's going to be more like 2, if anything.
Right.
But, you know, they want to do a yearly thing with Resident Evil. I'm not too sure about that.
I
They
don't
want to
know.
do Resident Evil 8 next year. and
You
then
might
this one.
Assassin's Creed it. You know, you don't want to Assassin's Creed it.
Saturate the market
Yeah,
with Resident
don't-
Evil
don't
every
let-
year.
Because there's something special
No.
about Resident Evil 2 Remake. There's something really special about that.
But
Yeah.
Capcom
That's
doesn't
an awesome
do
game.
Capcom doesn't do millions, like 20 millions in sales. They have what was it? The top selling game that they have is the one that just came out,
Monster Hunter World.
And that's their top of all time.
Right.
So Capcom doesn't do numbers like, you know, like what's the one from Nintendo that just came out?
Animal
Animal
Crossing.
Crossing.
Like, they don't do Animal Crossing numbers. They don't do Nintendo numbers to begin
Those
with.
numbers
So,
are absurd.
yeah. So I mean, that's what they want. And obviously, they're gonna keep trying this stuff until they get it. And the remakes are selling. They are selling.
I think what gets me so
They are
heated
selling.
is Veronica is so dope.
It's underrated because it's for the Dreamcast.
It's probably, if they remade that, it'd be my favorite Resident Evil. It's
Same.
so the best story hands down. It's amazing.
It's come out for other systems also, but you know,
A remake.
Well,
yeah.
a lot of people agree with your opinion, and my opinion is because I feel the same way.
It's a side story. It's
we
not
have
even a number.
We have a yeah,
exactly. It's a side
Well,
story.
we have the opinion of like this should have been remade. And when there's a lot of people on Twitter, they put up some funny tweets and some memes. We're gonna leave the link in the description of the actual video when it's posted. And you got to check it out when you get a chance because it's pretty funny, man.
It just
a lot
gets
of
a big
people were
why.
just like,
Why? Why is this announcement even made?
I was expecting.
I thought it was bullshit, and then it got ground, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I remember when you
Gotta
told
be
me. I was like,
kidding me.
oh, really? Nah, they're not doing that. And then
It's been a while.
it's
I mean,
confirmed. I'm
it
like,
came
no.
out a long time ago.
I
now.
would co-sign more
So
on a
waste.
Resident Evil 1 again remake,
They've
even
been
though it
talking
was
about that.
remade.
They've
You know,
been
like
talking about that.
they need to stop. They need to stop. No, the one on the GameCube is fucking perfect. Just leave it alone, man. Jesus Christ.
How afraid is Capcom of making an original game? Stop making these remakes of everything.
Very.
After Veronica,
I'm waiting for.
that's
I want
where
them to
it needs
remake Street
stop.
Fighter 2.
They need to make Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
Yes.
But they already did the super hyper, whatever the hell.
make it like 5.
I want them to
Fighter
remake
2,
Street Fighter 5.
Remake
Oh my
Street Fighter
God,
5.
The full game.
Could you
Just
imagine?
release the full
Yeah,
game.
release the full game
Actually,
in one
yeah.
disc.
Yes.
Super. The last one that was basically a full game. Now. They did re-release it. So.
Championship edition?
Yeah.
I think it was Street Fighter 5 Championship.
It should be the final one that we should have made.
With all the characters, everybody.
Definitely let us know in the
I thought 4 was perfect. I don't know why they came out with 5 so soon after 4.
Well, 'cause
but
they were
whatever.
I
doing
don't
it at
think
the
I don't
Evo.
think 5 came out too soon after
It was because of the Evo fighting game tournaments.
It was a bad time for the Capcom and their bad decisions. So hopefully they're not going back into that.
They basically rushed it for the fighting game tournaments. For
What
Evo.
if they just released Resident Evil like a skeleton of the game and then had extra parts added?
Chill, man. I'll lose my shit.
Code
And you gotta
Veronica
pay
as
for those
DLC.
Yeah, Code Veronica is the
see,
DLC.
I'd be happy with that.
See, you know what the thing is? Okay, what was it? Was it part 5 that had the DLC of Chris and Jill and that little side story split screen?
Yeah.
Oh,
Where the fuck is that game? Like that's a game, you
Yeah.
idiots! Like
Yeah.
release
That's a
that.
Resident Evil.
That's a Resident Evil game. You know, like come on, man.
No, that DLC was
Definitely
awesome.
let
Yeah,
us
that
know
DLC
in the chat. Will you prefer?
Before.
Before.
If you guys
What?
prefer Resident Evil 4 remake, because I was thinking Resident Evil 4.
Yo, this beer is
before.
kicking in, man.
No, it is. This Gold Monkey or Code Veronica remake. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, what do you prefer?
No, prefer.
What do you prefer?
I would say Code Veronica.
Hashtag prefer.
Veronica.
Hashtag Code Veronica.
All right.
Moving on.
Okay. So, Nintendo Switch update adds features we've wanted since launch. I didn't want it, but
I got
Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Not all of them. Not
Yeah.
all the features.
Yeah. I didn't really want these, but
there are features that people have been begging Nintendo for that they have not added. But we'll go into that after I discuss what's actually happening here.
I agree with that.
So the biggest things this update offers, they're allowing us to remap all the buttons, including the analog sticks, which is interesting. I've never seen a system allow you, like system-based, to change everything and the whole layout of the controller. So I guess that's for like if you're disabled or you just cannot use the controllers the same way that they'd like you to, you can change it to fit your way. I think they did. I think they added the analog sticks just because if you have drift on one, you can change the other controller to use it correctly.
The
So they're like,
functioning
yo,
one?
stop bugging us. Just change it to the right one so you can move over there. Change
Wow.
to use it in
Yeah,
that
why
thing.
the analog?
So-
that's just
Yeah, that's
You
so
know?
odd.
It's definitely odd.
Well, maybe they're
But the cool
releasing
thing,
something new. No.
well, on the right side, on the right stick, there was the IR switch. So if you need that to be in your left hand, you can actually switch it now to be over there.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty cool. If they have a game that needs it that way, or if you just are left-handed and you'd like to use it that way, you can do it. But I mean, for the buttons, some people like to have the like X and O buttons switched, or whatever it is, A and B buttons on there. They like to switch them because of the confirmations, like on other systems. You can do that. But I mean, it's not a bad feature. It's a pretty big feature, but it's nothing.
Yeah, it makes it fully customizable.
Yeah, but it's
So-
nothing that I've heard anyone ask for, especially when there's other things like folders that they want
Folders?
to add to it and stuff like that for organizing your collection on there. But I mean, you'd think that would be kind of easy to do. I don't know. Maybe it's not as easy as I think, but I would think that
Folders?
being able to put folders
Yeah,
in your
I-
system would be cool.
The 3DS had folders.
Yeah.
You know, it's
It's
like,
nothing-
I don't
It's
understand.
not new to them.
Yeah. This is, I don't know why it's taking so long. We're 3 years in and no folders. Everyone's like, oh, massive update. Where are the folders? Folders.
Dude, folders.
Maybe it's hard.
Changing the wallpaper, changing the color scheme.
Mm-hmm.
It's white and black. That's it.
Yeah, your themes. They added white and black though.
They
added that.
But still, like you get.
They don't want you to add vulgar pictures to your Switch.
I mean, I would be.
Why not?
I would be okay with them if they had themes like in their eShop, like you know what I mean, like
Well, like PlayStation.
Yeah,
They can add pictures, and stuff
Yeah.
that they have that they can even sell it for $1.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd hate it, but they can do that.
I mean, I wouldn't buy that.
Yeah,
shit,
exactly.
But there's people that would buy that. They could make money off of that. It's
That's
But
true.
they don't do
People
anything.
would
But
yeah.
they don't care
they don't
about.
do what we want. So
They don't care about the UI at all. But another thing was you could transfer games from the internal memory to a memory card. Now,
That's good.
This doesn't include updates and saves. People
That's-
want saves to move to the memory card. to
They have the
save it.
cloud though, so that's fine.
But
And updates. Updates don't move to the memory card. Huh?
updates, no, you got to download them again. It
That's
just
not a
moves
big deal, though.
It just moves the basis, unless you don't have the internet.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And then
Yeah,
you
you're
just
right.
ain't gonna have it.
That's
anymore.
true. Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is. That's not a big update to me, but I mean,
No.
it's enough change. It's not like a security update.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we've changed
Yeah.
some things. It's cooler now.
Right.
No, at least they told us they added something, and some people would want this.
Yeah.
There were more things they discovered in this, though.
What's that?
So some people data mine the data. Obviously, this is what people do whenever they get anything. So they realized that they have 5 models in the source code of switches. So
Wow.
there's 3 Switch models out right now. The original one,
Mm-hmm.
the newer one with the new, the new chip,
Battery.
new chip that helps the battery and everything.
Right.
And then there's the Switch Lite.
Mhm.
So those are the 3 that are out. They had 2 new ones in there that they're unsure of what it is. And this was on Spawnwave where I got this info from. I mean, he's speculating on a few things. Like, there's one that may be like a TV only switch because they already have the portable only switch. And for them to put a TV only switch for cheaper,
Console only.
I like that. I like console
might
only.
be
Give me
for
that
cheaper if they allow you to have it cheaper
Give me that
for
console
TV only. Maybe somebody would want that.
I would.
That's interesting.
And the other one, they said that there is a second display reference, like the 3DS
Or the
or DS,
or
dual
the-
screen. So, I mean, not
A
to say that it's
second
going to be
screen.
used in that
or
same
the
way.
Wii U. Let me say.
Well, this is what Spawn. What's up?
Sorry, Retro Advisory Board in the chat was saying maybe with you being able to remap all the buttons on the Joy-Con, it might be like an accessibility controller for people with disabilities that want to play
Yeah,
games.
that's what I said.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, definitely.
Stick said that.
So, say if
Yep.
you don't use this finger to do something, you can change that button to be that. That's awesome. For
Yeah.
them. I mean, like I said, it's not a
Yeah.
bad update. It's just something that I didn't care about. But what was it? Dual screen. Okay, so what he was speculating, what Spawn was speculating, was that it might be a VR thing. So say that it was an only on TV system, and then you could buy a separate screen to wear in front of your face to incorporate
Oh.
it with that. That's what I would see it more than seeing it like a 3DS. Because I don't think a two screen system that change how you play all your games, that's not going to work, especially now.
It's not gonna work.
But having that separate screen to wear in front of you or to use in that way, that's the only way I could even see it working.
I think it would work if it had.
Because you gotta have,
It could work with the 2 screen.
it's got to have a high
Like
resolution.
a dockable version of a 2 screen Switch.
Mm-hmm.
That basically what the Wii U couldn't do, man.
But that's
You know what I
changing
mean?
how you play the games. That's why I don't think it would happen, because you'd have to change. You'd have to have that system to play games that work that way. You couldn't use the regular Switch in the way that it's supposed
Well,
to
the
be
way
used.
they did it on the Wii U, when you for example, you could play in the eShop. They had the Super Nintendo games or whatever. The other screen gave you like the pause screen.
You can use a
It
map.
showed you,
Yeah, you can use
would
it for
show you
extra
like a
stuff.
map or something like that. Or
But I don't
for
think-
retro games, it would show you like the pause screen for
I
like
don't think
items
they
or
come
whatever.
out with a whole new system just for the UI.
I don't know, man.
I don't think so.
I mean,
But if you had a higher
do I know?
resolution screen, because if you put the screen that's on your Switch as a 720p screen, that looks horrible in front of your eyes. If they came out with a separate screen that was 1080p or higher to run that close to you, then you won't see all the pixels. So that would be the only reason I think that they'd come out. Not that it's for everyone,
no.
but if they wanted the option to be able to do so in the future without bringing out a new system that's going to cost more, They just bring out the screen
But
and
that-
still charge less.
That doesn't make any sense to me as far as Nintendo, because Nintendo would never.
They did
cared.
Labo. They did Labo VR. They already did it.
Hop out the labo.
Yeah, how about that?
I think the same thing all the time. How about the Labo?
But I mean, they did do it already. So if they have more ideas, but they're hindered because the system is too low to do so.
What if they do the new Switch?
No, because that's going to change all the games again.
like-
So I don't think, and it's going to cost
No,
more.
that's like the new 3DS. They
gonna
just added
cost
the
more.
word "new" to it. It's a different. It's a new
No.
console.
It wouldn't surprise. It wouldn't surprise me if Nintendo did that. But
But
I mean,
I'm just saying, like that makes more sense.
if you charge $200 for a higher resolution screen to use it with these games, then that's not going to cost you another $400. So that's what I'm saying.
oh no, I
If you
don't.
made a Switch Pro, it'd be $400.
I don't. Well, I don't think it's going to be. I think they're going to use the cheapest parts that they can possibly use. So I don't
Well, they said those things
know.
are still going to have the same chipset, so it's not a Pro.
exactly.
So who
Yeah.
knows? It's just
They're
it's just
gonna-
speculation anyway. Who
Yeah.
knows what this is
I
actually going to
hope
be?
it's not a second screen unless it's for VR. VR makes sense. Second screen is just going to complicate the whole entire interface with the Switch, and it's simple. One screen, just leave it that way.
I'm not into VR, man, but
But what if
I
it?
mean-
What if they make a new one that's like the Game Boy SP and it just flips open? It's just cool.
all right.
It's open and it's just cool.
They're just trying to switch
has
up the
a
way you
sleek
play.
design.
They're trying to switch up the way you play, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
And then they're gonna change the snap into a Switch.
Nah,
Finally,
stop.
Yeah.
finally.
I'm done with two-screen gaming. I think it's they tried it with the Wii U era. You remember with
What if it's the 3D
know,
edition, the 3DS edition, where you can play all the upscale 3DS games on just this one?
Yeah.
Would you get it then?
I didn't mind the two screen thing with the Wii U, the gamepad, because it was comfortable and everything like that. But the only thing I had, my biggest gripe with the Wii U gamepad was the fucking how
Can take it
far you
nowhere.
had to be
You can take it
from the
away.
TV.
yeah.
Like you go to the freaking next room and it's like, nope, cut out the feed. Oh man.
Or if no one's going to complain about the off TV play, being able to play off of the TV is great, but you couldn't take it that far. You can't take
No.
it from the basement all the way up to your bedroom. Like, it's not happening.
Yeah.
But it does
You
seem
know.
to be the only way like that can be implemented without it being crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? It might not be anything.
Yeah. It might
It
not
might
be
just
anything.
be two SKUs, and they were trying something. It doesn't have
Yeah.
to come out.
Right.
But who knows? Nintendo brings out a lot of remakes of their systems that no one really understands. So we'll find out. We'll find out. It'll be sleek though, probably, if it does.
It's got to be sleek.
Yeah, make the
It's
screen
gotta-
bigger.
it's
At
gotta
least
be
give me a
sleek,
bigger
man.
screen Switch. Whatever. Just get rid of bezel.
I'd like to see a bigger screen Switch. I really
Get rid
would.
of the bezel.
I would
Nah,
like
you
to see
got
a
the
bigger-
TV, man. You good.
Nah, get rid of the bezel. Keep the same size.
Yeah, bigger screen. You got
get rid
TV.
of the thing. It can make that better. Give it
There's room,
less
yeah, there's room
drifty
for more screen.
controls. Change everything. Just change it.
Change that Joy-Con.
Redesign.
Change
Just
it.
redesign. Make it
Redesign it.
aluminum. Make it
Yeah.
heavy aluminum. No, no.
It's
Don't do
pronounced aluminium.
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 Nah, but that's the only thing I'll accept for a new Switch. Bigger screen, better battery life. Whatever.
Well, let
Let
us
us
know
know.
what you guys think in the comments.
Yeah. You want a new Switch?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm good on
Yeah, I'm
that.
good. I'm
Chill.
good, fam.
Everybody's good.
Everyone's like, nah, I'm good. I'm
Everyone's
good. I'm
man.
good.
Yeah, I'm
good.
happy.
good.
I'm happy
We
with the
chill, we
Switch.
chill.
I'm happy with
What
the
do y'all
I'm
think
good
in the
with the
chat?
Switch.
What do y'all think in the chat?
Yeah.
I love me the Switch right now.
All right. On to the main topic.
Oh, we got a
The
topic?
main topic.
Oh, I thought
Damn.
I thought
I feel like we went through the
yeah, at the beginning, right? At
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Main topic of tonight is 80s cartoons that should be video games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yas. What was that? Yas.
Yes.
From Door
Yas.
Door Kickers Action Squad.
Yas.
Yas. Yas. Yas.
I've been waiting all day to talk about the Wuzzles
Stop it.
and the game that I want
Oh,
for the
God.
Stop it.
Wait, you-
See this topic, I was scared because
What
I
about
know
the-
Jay was gonna have some shit.
What about
No.
the snorks?
No.
Oh my god, man.
Oh, Smurfs is already done. I don't know about the
Snorks, man.
Oh
Come on,
my
the snorks.
God.
Nah, I'm joking. There's no Wuzzles game.
Oh my god.
All right.
man.
So how are we gonna do this? You're gonna start actually.
Well, I
you
know
what?
that there's a bunch that it's on everybody's list.
Let me
Yeah.
let me start.
Yeah.
Let me
I
start
only
with.
got like 4.
Let me start with the games that are still being done from the 80s. I have 2.
Okay, I have a couple too that
I
are
have
still
to-
being
yeah.
done also.
Yeah.
So there's a game
I could probably add to it.
called Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
That originally
I
started
respect it. I respect
and was
it.
made in the 80s.
Yes.
And continuously keeps getting updates to this franchise.
I'm actually very surprised
It's crazy
that they keep making games for Fist of the North
It's
Star.
crazy that we still have new games, not even months ago,
Yeah.
that have had this title.
No.
And they keep bringing it out.
I love it.
It's crazy.
Oh.
Lost Paradise, awesome game.
And they're good games.
Yeah, they're all good.
They're not dated. They
Nope.
keep reimagining it. It's insane. And the other title that's still coming out, I'm pretty sure you can guess.
Yup.
Let me know.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that's the 80s also. Yep, that's
Dragon Ball Z.
Because they keep retelling that same story.
80s franchise.
5,000 times.
Still coming out to this day, polished.
All right, I could add to both of those right now. Okay,
Go ahead,
I'm
go
pretty
ahead.
sure as most of y'all can agree with me about this. All right, as far
yeah.
as Fist of the North Star. All right, they've done what did they do, the Xbox 360. They had Ken's Rage, right? They had the 2-player, the split screen, like a Dynasty Warriors game. They did that very well. They had the Lost in Paradise one, the
Yakuza
1-player one.
The one like Yakuza.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if they're gonna keep releasing the Fist of the North Star games, the next one's got to be done like Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. All right, that like the way that game plays, that fighting system is so smooth, and it's the only game that plays like that. It's the only game that has that smooth play style. I think since that the Mortal Kombat game had the fatalities done so well, even against henchmen and stuff like that, I think Fist of the North Star would work perfectly.
You don't want one like Last Battle in Black Belt?
What was that? Was the sound effect?
You don't want those?
That's the best sound effect ever for a game.
Kick? It's definitely not.
It's fucking terrible. But no, I think.
So how are we
I
going to
think
go
it was
through our list, fellas?
We'll announce some titles that we probably all have on our list, and we all conversate
And then
about.
then we'll go to the ones that I know damn well no one else has on their own
Well,
list.
I'm gonna start off because I have some stuff some games that are already games, but
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
You
I
wanna
asked
see
you guys.
every
I
game.
asked you guys earlier. Like I have 3 games
Okay.
that
Hit us up. Hit us
they
up.
already
Hit us up.
have games, but
I didn't even add what I was going to say about Dragon Ball.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's really fast. It's real fast.
I
It's real
didn't
fast.
mean
For Dragon Ball, since they already did the whole Kakarot thing, keep retelling the same damn story over and over. They need to go back to Dragon Ball sagas and really go back to that game and do something with that, because that's the only co-op Dragon Ball game ever. And it needed a couple of more months to finish up like the fighting system. Turbo, you could probably agree with that. But like it needs actually, to be honest, maybe some Dynasty Warriors type treatment. Like that kind of like that Dragon Ball I haven't seen.
I would love to see.
Yeah, like
Dragon
something like
Ball
that, so you can
with
use all the
Dynasty Warriors.
characters,
That'd be
all the
great.
moves.
What if
and-
they did a Kakarot Sagas mix?
That'd be dope. That's fine. As long as it
That would be
as
dope.
long as it looks
That'd be
clean.
awesome, yeah.
Like clean.
I'd be interested in that.
Just as long as it looks clean like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, like that. Make it 2 players. I'm good. I don't even care what the story is. You can make up some shit. Dragon Ball is the type of franchise you can make up your own story at this point. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you
Who
can.
cares? Who cares? Create a character just for that game. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean that.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z story has a made-up story for that game. I like the idea.
And the boss
of,
characters created, it was original, was made for
Easy.
the game.
It's easy. You could do that forever. That's the kind of franchise it is. Just you could do it. Keep doing it. It's fine. Everyone's gonna buy it.
But you don't want the story that's after Dragon Ball Z, though.
No, I'm tired of that story. Everyone knows. Everyone knows who
No,
died.
they wrote it off, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter.
GT?
Yeah. You don't want no GT story?
That's not canon.
So they act like it doesn't exist. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Doesn't work.
So far, yeah.
So far.
All right, I'll hit us
So,
with the 3 ones you got right
Yo,
here.
Al, hit us with that list, fam.
these are just 3.
Nah,
this
talk
is
about
not
it.
part of the.
Nah, talk
the
about
main-
it.
Talk about it.
But yeah, just keep cutting me off. That's all right. It's all right. That's good. I'll just keep talking to myself. No, but I looked at when I was doing research for this topic. I was like, oh man, I really love these cartoons, but I want to see them as games. I don't know if they ever came out, so I googled it. Inspector Gadget.
Now,
Yo, that's on my list.
It is? Oh shit.
Now,
It's on my list.
was it based off the movie or the
No, the cartoon.
Okay, okay.
No, the cartoon.
There was two games that
Chill.
came out. It came out for
The movie.
PlayStation, PS1 and PS2.
Everything came off PS1.
Yeah.
Damn.
And let me just quickly Google the rating here. It got a GameFAQs gave it GameFAQs.
Damn.
Gave it a 1.5 out of 5.
Okay. Okay. That's like a 3 out of 10. That's okay. Almost average. It's almost okay.
Yeah, and that was a PS2 one.
Almost not trash.
That's pretty bad.
I would like to see them they have to redo this game, and they have to do it animated. First of all, this is 3D. I don't know why they would do a cartoon in 3D. It has to be
At least cell shaded.
it's cel shaded. No, I didn't even want to see it in 3D. I want to see it 2D because the animation on that cartoon show was awesome,
One of the best.
and I want to see it side scrolling in the vein of Abe's Odyssey.
Really? Okay.
Because he has his gadgets and stuff, so you have
Yeah.
to figure out how to get to. Like they could do a platform game like that where you have to figure out how to get from point A to point B. You know what I mean? Like using your gadgets.
I'm just waiting for some indie studio to take that over.
Oh,
and
dude.
make that
That
very
seems
like.
like
I really
and
hope.
knock it out of the park.
I really
Yeah,
hope
yeah,
the indie developers are listening to this right now because this is gold right here, man.
So you mean more
This is dope.
puzzle based type?
Yeah, like a puzzle platformer.
That's
Okay.
easy. They
Yeah.
can do that.
A puzzle platformer, Inspector Gadget from the 80s.
As long as the theme song plays.
Go, Gadget.
As long as the theme song
go.
plays.
Oh, they have to.
constantly.
They gotta get the theme song. They gotta have Brain. They got.
What was that in the Eminem song? Go, Gadget, dick. Like, was that Eminem?
That's not gonna be in the game.
No, that's not. That's not gonna be in the game.
Hopefully
No.
not in the game.
That's for his
Yeah,
first
that's
album.
the
I
first-
remember that.
Hopefully
Wow.
that's not in there.
Wow, man. This guy.
Wow.
But no, they have to have the voice actor in there. They got to get the voice
Go,
actor in
go,
there.
like,
Like
go,
every
go,
time you
Gadget.
do something, he has to say go, Gadget, whatever, mallet, whatever the fuck he's doing. Like they have to have
And
that.
it never worked. It never worked.
No, you
Anytime
have to
I
be
said go,
Penny.
Gadget,
You gotta be
something
Penny
else
to
came
do
out.
it.
Yeah, usually never worked.
Like Inspector Gadget will be the side character. You gotta be Penny
gotta be
and just
Penny.
see him messing up everything.
Penny,
like,
hold
that's-
it down.
Uh-huh.
If you did the
Penny
No,
always
you gotta
saved
be
his
Brain.
ass,
You
right?
have to-
That's what
Every
happens?
time.
You got to play
episode.
as Brain,
Okay,
and you
so
have
she
to go
has
and
to be
save
like
Inspector
a-
Gadget basically to help him get from point A to point B.
There'll be different missions.
Just like every episode. Remember how he always had to almost kill himself to try to help Inspector Gadget because he was so stupid. He was just like wandering into fucking danger, and Brain, the fucking dog, would be like helping him out.
There's
and shit.
different. You can go different
So
ways.
I mean, there's
very different ways to go.
There's
about it.
different game mechanics that you could do with it, but I
I
think
mean,
it
a
would
take
work.
on that for me would be like, I mean, I agree that should be a game.
2D. I'm
A
thinking
remake?
2D all day.
I
Yeah,
would, if
2D.
I was to do it in 3D, it would have to be in a Grand Theft type of way because of all the stuff you can do.
I see
Yeah,
that. I see
okay.
that. I see that.
So
too.
if you put it in the game correctly, that open world type of thing with anything that you can do with your go gadget, whatever,
Right.
plus your car,
Go Gadget Copter.
Oh, you mean like the
Yeah.
Simpsons?
similar to
Like
something
the
like
Simpsons.
like
that.
Simpsons
3D?
for 360.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
I
can
would
see
see
that.
it if they were to do it that way. I wouldn't be mad if it's
that's
done.
not- I wouldn't be mad.
right.
I would say a 2D.
but the
or
puzzle aspect of it
puzzle
would be
2D,
cool too.
but
Yeah.
open world like you're talking about. Either way, I think will
If,
work.
if they do it open world like that, 3D, it would have to be cell shaded.
Yeah.
It would
Oh, yeah.
have to be
Oh, yeah,
cell
definitely.
I
shaded.
think all cell shaded, like
Guilty
even
Gear,
2D. Yeah.
the way they do Guilty Gear with
Oh,
the
And
yeah.
it should look like Dragon Ball.
yeah, yeah,
yeah. If
Yeah.
you're gonna do a
with
cartoon,
it.
that's
Yes.
the way to do it.
yes,
And
agreed.
Yes.
But
I
I
wouldn't
think-
be mad. I wouldn't be mad.
And you know how in like Spider-Man when you switch into other characters to do the stuff, I think you should do that with Inspector Gadget and
Oh,
like have
yeah.
Penny do the Snoop stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
have
yeah.
the dog do some type of weird
Yeah,
game he does, and
no,
then
that'd
have
work. That would
Inspector Gadget
work.
do his things.
That would work.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, you switch characters.
But I can see the Abe's Odyssey thing too, like
Yeah.
the Prince of Persia type.
yeah,
I can see that too.
I think that's for
Yeah,
Inspector
that
Gadget.
could work.
There's so many ways you can go that'll be successful. That'll be really dope game.
Mm-hmm.
You can go puzzle. You can go open world. You can do so many things because there's
Yeah.
so many things you can do.
dude, I just want to get that car, man.
I just want to see Dr.
Car
Claw.
that
thing.
turns into the van that freaking transforms. Dude, that
The fat ass cat.
I want to see Dr. Claw. I want to flip the chair at the end.
Yo, flip that
and then
chair.
boot him out of that thing. I've been waiting for that.
Oh my god.
How disappointed were you with the movie?
Oh, I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch that movie.
Never
You didn't
saw
see
it.
it?
I never
ain't
saw
about
it.
that life.
I'm a huge Inspector Gadget fan.
That's why I didn't see it.
I watched that
I ain't about
shit.
that life.
I watched the first
I don't like
one,
it that much.
and I was like, they took
You were sad.
they took a dump
Listen, I
all
saw
over my
Godzilla.
childhood. I was like, damn.
I seen Godzilla with that dude, and I was like, nah.
Oh, that's right. It's the
Matthew
same dude.
Broderick.
Yeah, Matthew
Yeah.
I
Broderick.
was like,
yeah.
nah.
That's
nah.
Ferris
Yeah.
Bueller.
First of all, I was like, Matthew Broderick as Inspector Gadget.
You haven't seen him since.
I don't know,
Oh.
Haven't
but I'll
seen
give
him
it a shot because I'm a fan of the show.
Tom Hanks would have been an ill.
Dude. First of all, they fucked it up so bad. Dr. Claw actually has a claw, like a fucking like an actual, not a hand, like in the fucking cartoon, a claw.
Well, it makes sense.
And you can see his face.
He is Claw.
You saw his
That's his
fucking
name.
You saw his face. I'm like, did these guys watch the goddamn cartoon?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, the other two games, real quick. The other two games, Thundercats for the the DS. It was made for the DS. It was actually a good game. I downloaded an emulator just to
Tried it?
just to try it out, and I was like, damn,
Pirate.
this game is dope. This game is dope.
What type of game is it?
It's a side-scrolling
Okay.
platform.
Nah, it needs to get remade.
No, but like if they did a straight off like port of this, but like Dragon Ball like style like animation and stuff like that.
But what
that would
type of game?
that would
With
be
the
dope.
Ultimate Alliance
same
mechanics.
thing. It's like if they
Like a
just
beat 'em
ported-
up, like Ultimate
Yeah,
Alliance? Is
yeah,
it?
Yeah, with the Ultimate Alliance mechanics,
Yes.
I think that would be a smash.
Yes.
4 players?
That'd be cool.
yes.
4 players.
Four player, yeah.
Gotta be multiplayer.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it has to be multiplayer.
Oh, that would be-
there's enough Thundercats.
Hell yeah.
For
Why are
there
we
to
Kit
be-
Hell
and
yeah.
Cat
Oh
And a
yes.
So the
Yo,
shovel
Panzer
flange.
type.
and a camouflage?
The shovel flange.
What the?
What the fuck is a shovel flange?
It's a stable flag.
Look it up if you don't know. on YouTube. It's great.
But how would I'm glad you
what's
brought up Thundercats. But
Yeah.
how would you all collectively do that game? How would you all prefer to have that made? Because you can go so many ways with Thundercats.
Well, Ultimate Alliance is the
Preferably
perfect
co-op.
'Cause, obviously, co-op has to happen. It's mandatory.
Ultimate Alliance style.
Ultimate Alliance. Okay, I can see that. I can see
you
that.
know, you know what else I can see? I can see Guardian Heroes style.
I was actually thinking
Yes.
the
I
exact
can
same
see
thing. To be
Guardian
honest,
Heroes style.
I see Guardian Heroes more than Marvel Alliance. To be honest,
Yeah,
because
it could go
Marvel
both ways.
Alliance is very over the top with the powers. Thundercats isn't over the top like that. I think it's more of an organized medieval type of feel to it,
Yeah.
and I think the Guardian Heroes
Yes,
like way of doing
That would
it
look good.
would be
That would be a good
perfect.
look.
I would
Yeah.
agree. I would co-sign on that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be perfect. But
I
also
wouldn't-
I'm kind of thinking a tad of Fight and Rage. A tad of Fight and
Like a
Rage.
beat 'em up.
Like
Yeah,
there's got to be a juggle system in that
yeah.
bitch. There's got to be a juggle system.
Streets
My
of Rage
thing
style.
about, I mean, they are on a different planet, so
Yeah.
making a repetitive enemy isn't going to be the worst, like the hardest thing to do.
No.
Right.
They can just make any
Yeah,
ridiculous
You
thing.
make
to just
one up,
beat
yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can see that happen. Definitely.
yeah. And the other one, and this, you guys are gonna be shocked when I tell you what type of game I'd like to see it is.
Gem truly outrageous.
But He-Man,
That's Barbie.
Defender of Grayskull, was came out for the PS2.
Well, that's on everybody's list.
I got He-Man.
Yeah.
But
He-Man.
Yeah.
what the shocking part was,
He-Man.
the shocking part, you said, like, how would you like to see it be remade?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I would like to see it be remade like God of War.
You stole my exact
I'm
thing.
not
Wait,
mad at that.
No, that's exactly what I
Really?
was going to say.
I'm not
I
mad
thought I
at
was
Like
going to
the
be
new
the
God of War.
outcast.
No, like the new God of War.
Yes.
Yes.
Holy shit.
I am
Yo,
not mad at
exactly
great
what I
minds think
said.
alike, man.
that. That would be fire, dude.
Because
I
I was thinking-
I was like,
Fire.
whoa, this is
He-Man is a very epic.
yes.
You need it to
Like
be
a
based
big
off
world.
him.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a big world.
Yes.
But you
Like-
need to have that mechanic. Like
Yes.
when you play it, you understand.
Yeah.
You need to have the mechanic of feeling like you're beating the hell out of somebody.
Yes.
And if you have the sword or your fist or whatever, you can
Yes.
block. And that type of gameplay is all based on He-Man himself.
It's got to be the same voice actors.
Yeah.
Nah, they done. Man. That's a
No,
long time ago.
you gotta-
it's
at least somebody-
it's 80s cartoon,
I can
man.
imitate the voices. Or at least Skeletor. He-Man. He-Man.
But I
But
can see
what
them.
art should it be? Should it be like a cartoon or should it
Cartoony,
be like more
cartoony,
realistic?
cartoony.
Well, I would see
Like,
it.
You don't
Dolph
have to do it
Lundgren's
completely
He-Man?
cartoon. You can actually do it kind of realistic.
I wouldn't be mad either way.
Smash Brothers type style art. It's like borderline real, borderline cartoony.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
right around
Yeah.
there.
Because they're not like cartoonish in the build of how they're drawn.
Well,
So you can make them
Yeah.
look kind of realistic, but still cartoon.
Yeah.
You don't have to cell shade the hell out of them. They
Right.
can just have the detail.
Okay.
They got the detail. Just make it bright. You don't have to make it like all gray and brown. Like you don't need that color.
He said
No.
all gray
Like
and
keep
brown.
it cartoony in that type of sense, but like make it if you had it like God of War style with those graphics, I wouldn't mind it. Because He-Man, you can make him
That's
look
for
like a
PS2.
person. He's a human, kind of. So,
Yeah.
but the enemies, Yeah, I mean that now. No,
He's like, no.
I was showing him the picture. I'll throw it up in the thing. Well, actually,
But I was
might be
thinking-
tweet it.
I was thinking maybe beat 'em up, but I was like, no, it has to be more about your combat.
I was just about to say, beat 'em up sounds like like when you
That's
say
default.
it sounds dope, but it's like there's so much more.
It's default.
It's so much more to He-Man than just to beat 'em up.
Because when you go to the areas on that planet, like you can really make that into a game. Like, those are areas that you can make into a level,
Like a world. It has to be a world. For
and then you
He-Man.
get to the castle. It could be epic.
You gotta ride Battle Cat. Right, you gotta ride him for a certain period of time, ride him around places and stuff like that. It's like there's so many things you could do with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would probably. I agree. That would be the way to go. Would be the God of War route. You know?
That's crazy because I thought I was going to be the outcast. With my opinion.
Nah.
No, I had He-Man
that
down
makes
here, but I
perfect
wasn't sure. I wanted
That's
to
the way to do
I
it.
wanted to ask you guys what's the way to do it. But while playing God of War, I could so picture like the big moments, like when you have to hit the button at the right time, the big giant things you have to
needed to be
fight.
epic.
That's He-Man, man. That everything that he fights, the big giant monsters and whatever, it's all epic when in He-Man. So
Plus,
like
your one-on-ones have to be like that's the gameplay.
yeah, that's the showdowns.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is. It's perfect. And you could add a lot of powers he can get and shit like that. That'd be dope. But you got to do something with Adam, man. He's just he pissing me off.
He could be in this. He could be in the parts. Where
He's
you don't
always in
play.
trouble.
Yeah.
He could be.
Like I don't know what the hell's wrong with him.
He could be in the cinemas. He'll be in the cinemas, and then you just say by the
Gets
pound
me
grade
so-
school.
how is that the same
You're in there.
person?
You're in there.
Oh, dude.
Supposed to be the opposite,
terrible.
man. You can't be the same
I gotta
guy.
be such a bitch though.
Cringer is completely opposite than
How
Battle
dope would
Cat.
it be though
Kills
when you
me.
get the sword, man, and you do the
Oh, what if you play the
That whole
stage?
cinematic.
What
That
if you-
cinematic would be
Oh my god.
What if you played a stage where you had to run away from somebody and
you have to
dodge,
be-
and then
you're-
you get the
as
sword,
Adam, right?
and, then, and then you beat the hell out of
well,
them.
they'll fuck it up because that part will be so tough to actually get the sword, and you'll be dying multiple times. Like, I'm captured again. Help me!
So it'd be
No,
like Ghouls and Ghosts?
But you could have side characters. You could have Tila and Man at Arms and stuff. Like if you can control them, that's another whole gameplay aspect completely. Or they could be your sidekicks while you're
See,
doing
this is
stuff.
the difference between He-Man and
Orca.
Thundercats. Thundercats had such a dope supporting cast
Yeah,
that you have to do it
Yep.
like Guardian Heroes.
Yeah.
But He-Man is more about just He-Man.
It's He-Man, yeah.
And that's God of War.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
God of War.
Yes.
That's what
Yep.
it is.
It makes sense.
You have to do it that way.
Yeah, He-Man was kind of like Dragon Ball. Like they can't do anything till He-Man shows up.
Yeah.
We lost. We lost unless He-Man's here.
Like, where is He-Man? Why is Adam cowering in the
I
corner?
could kind of stall him a bit. I could delay him for like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and then I'll be dead by the time you show up.
Yeah.
But if you make it like Conan, say there've been Conan games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not the greatest games. You can't. You have to make it like God of War. You
Yeah.
can't make it like Conan.
Yeah.
And I know he was a ripoff of Conan. It's not. It's nothing new. We know He-Man is a fake Conan. But don't make it like.
He-Man's a
Don't
fake
make it
Conan.
like Conan game.
Same
It's
thing
Conan
with,
for kids.
Same thing with Axe Battler from Golden Axe. He's
Yeah,
a direct
he's a
ripoff.
He-Man.
He's a He-Man guy.
Same, he's Conan.
It was
All
created
of it's
for
the same.
toys, man. That was it.
Exactly. But that's perfect. All right.
Who's next?
I mean, I can do one. I'm sure it's on everyone's list.
Oh yeah.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, that's next on mine.
So,
G.I.
like I said, I'm
G.I.
sure
Joe's
G.I.
on mine.
Joe.
I remember that arcade game that they had for G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
That was like Cabal,
Yeah,
right?
It's like Cabal.
Cabal, yeah,
with
the rolling
spinning ball.
I definitely would not do G.I. Joe like that.
No.
No.
Not
So-
anymore.
Nah, it was
The
on
way-
rails pretty
Yeah.
The way I do G.I. Joe, I had thought of two different ways.
Where'd Kev go?
So this is the one I don't want them to do, but they could if they wanted to. They can make it like a Call of Duty and make it like because it's a war game. You can get a bunch of people online
would
go
hate-
against. You can do team play like against
They
Cobra.
could. I would hate it
and
to
do
death.
it.
I'd be
but
pissed.
you know how big of a franchise Call of Duty is. So I
I'd be
mean, it would
pissed.
be accepted as a franchise the way that's done. But I would prefer it the Gears of War way.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
like team battle versus, you still do Cobra versus G.I. Joe, but cover system
Jesus.
and team play.
Yeah.
Like how they, what is it? Like the team play in Gears of War, what do they call it? The when you get a bunch of people to go against the horde mode.
Horde mode.
So horde mode, but one side's people, the other side's people, unless you do it like the, computer controlled also. But you can do team battle. like that, or you can have it in a game where they're fighting a bunch of battle android troopers and stuff. Because you can put a bunch of them to get killed. Doesn't matter.
I like that idea.
Oh, yeah.
I like that
But
idea.
that's what I would do if I wanted to update the type of game that it is.
I'm half on that.
Yeah,
I'm halfway on that.
Because
I like
there's
that
other
idea,
ways.
though. Yeah.
I'm sure you're going to talk about
Well, yeah,
the other
I'm
ways.
halfway.
I like that idea though. It's a good idea. The way
It's a good start. Definitely
Because
a
the
good start.
characters, I want to focus on the characters
Yeah,
in it.
yeah.
And if you can pick like Snake Eyes and Duke and whatever, and their team, and you can play 4-on-4 or
Duke.
whatever. Stop it. How old are you?
No, my
He's
idea. I get it
5.
though. That makes sense. I like the idea. If they did something like that,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be pissed. I would be like, wow, this is awesome. I'm buying this
Don't you
game.
dare do it first person. I swear to God.
No. But I was gonna say
Yeah,
I would like to see G.I. Joe done like Mercs. That whole dynamic of that whole like wartime,
Yeah.
or even Shock Troopers.
Overhead.
For overhead, yeah. That style I think would work perfect for.
Oh,
for
it definitely
that.
works.
With obviously not in the same graphics, like updated graphics, obviously. But I think it would work better.
I'm surprised it hasn't been done that way.
I know, man.
I think with
It makes
G.I.
more
Joe,
sense.
it's so tough because you can go with different, like, both of those are actually dope ways to go about. Me personally, I don't even know off the top of my head because I think of
'Cause you've seen it done, though. You've seen games
Yeah,
like
because
it.
there's a lot of shooting, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when you got Snake Eyes, who's very very hand to hand, so you got to have some hand to
Yeah,
hand.
he's
So
close
I'm
quarter.
thinking a little like Gunstar Heroes ish, you know, like I'm
Okay.
thinking because they did the for the NES, they did like a couple of them like platformy.
But he did a
you know,
Contra type.
Yeah, Contra type.
Yeah.
Which worked well. They were good games, but
Oh, you want to see it more like X-Men? Remember how they had hand with Gambit, and he could throw some stuff. Other people would have you could fight differently.
it's so tough
But
with G.I.
Marvel-
Joe, man.
Marvel Alliance style.
And the funny thing is out of all of them, it has me like I don't know. Like I really there's so many different ways you can go about it.
I just went with a way that they haven't done because, like I
Yeah.
said, G.I. Joe's a
Same.
popular franchise.
like the Gears of War thing. I like that a lot.
That's
like
a good
I
idea.
really do.
with the cover
I
system.
love the
yeah,
cover
makes
system.
perfect
I
sense.
really love that, but I want them to somehow get that melee also pretty important in the game.
I think they
also.
can have up close battles.
they could
too.
have that.
They can add it.
Well, they
Yeah.
have in Gears of War. You have the chainsaw.
Yeah.
yeah,
you
like
know.
you can still slice him with a katana.
So that's
But he'd have to throw mad ninja stars. No, you'd have to give him a gun. He had a gun.
and
though.
you can't have blood at all. Nobody.
They
can
have to miss everything if
They
this
have
is
to
really
shoot,
G.I.
but nobody gets
every
hit.
gunfight, you'll
Nobody-
never get hit.
You
No
have
one
to
gets
fight
hit.
robots.
You just run the gunfight.
You just run through and just pew, 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 pew.
If this is really G.I. Joe, they can't shoot. You have to stab everyone up close.
Oh, dude.
One guy, the
With
boss,
G.I. Joe, no one's ever gonna get hit by it.
No one.
and you have to shoot planes down. The parachute pops right out.
No,
Every time.
I think G.I. Joe more than any title we announce or say, I think you can go so many different directions.
I just want to see the team play.
Yo, how funny would it be if
It's
they
gotta
had,
be co-op.
Yeah.
It's gotta be co-op.
if they had a message at like a
Oh god,
like a public service announcement,
Yeah,
like message
PSA
at the
thing.
end of every stage.
yo,
Remember
Joe.
to brush your teeth.
That would be dope.
Because
please,
knowing
please
is half
do.
the
No,
battle.
no, please do. You have to.
Yo, Joe.
Please do.
Don't talk to strangers.
Please. You
Look
have
both
to.
ways
do
before
drugs.
crossing the street.
Watch out for the pedal bear.
You said the pedo
Oh,
bear?
man, come
Yo, he said the pedo bear?
It's a PSA, man.
Oh shit.
How did we get here?
But what about the art? How should it look? Should it look like the cartoon?
Yes.
More cartoon.
Yeah,
more
yeah.
cartoon.
Yes.
Definitely
To the
cartoony.
movie.
You have to go.
Cartoon
You
is
have
the way
to go
to
the
go.
cartoon.
I wouldn't be mad if it looked like Gears of War, but
Go cartoon.
you can do it.
I think it needs to be like a little bit of a reimagined cartoon, like how Transformers War for Cybertron.
I can see that. Yeah. I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see that.
to
Yep.
make it look new.
But don't go with the movie though.
But you have to
No,
have
with
you
the
have to have the skins selectable, like unlockable. Like Snake Eyes had like maybe 8 or 10 costumes that were dope.
They're all black.
No, they weren't. Actually, there was one that was like blue
There
and
was
gray.
some.
There was
Right.
a bunch of dope ones that he had.
No one cares about that one.
Shut the hell up,
Damn.
dude. Snake Eyes was
Wow,
fire.
that's rude.
I
What
don't
if you
like
can listen? All right, I
cut
got
his
another
mic.
one.
Cut his mic.
What if you can pick from playing from the bad side or the good side? That'd be dope too.
What do you mean paying bad side?
If you can play from
Oh,
Cobra
yeah.
side or
That's a-
G.I.
Yeah,
Joe
and
side.
that's also
interesting.
that's actually gonna that's
That'd
what
be-
I like
Transformers
that
kind of
idea.
did too.
War for
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Cybertron.
actually not a bad.
That's
not,
interesting.
And it's Hasbro. Come on, y'all. It's already made. Just do it.
You got
with G.I.
Storm
Joe.
Shadow in there. Kev, give me a Cobra.
Deathstroke.
No, give Cobra. Damn, you just ruined everything.
He
Kev.
said, "Give me a cobra."
Give me
You
a
say,
Cobra.
That's wrong.
Give me a Cobra. Come on. You know.
Cobra.
No. Usually do one better than that, Kev.
Come on, man.
You gotta do better than that.
Cobra, come on.
Oh my.
Wow.
That's the best.
Oh man.
Cobra.
That's the one I was waiting for. That's what I was waiting for. There we go.
What the fuck is going on?
Well, got that
dude.
audio.
Happy?
We
Yo,
got
he
that
said
forever.
Cobra.
I gotta use that for something.
No, you do. That's a soundbite right there.
Somebody will.
All right, let me go next.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go next. Which one should I go first? All right, I'm gonna go with this one. This is definitely mad 80s, and they made a updated one on Netflix. Voltron needs a good game.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to
Yeah.
go about it. I really don't, because it's so complicated. Because you have like all of them. You could, all the outside of the lines, you could have them do some shit.
I remember the multiplayer game they had. I think it was a
Xbox 360.
might have been PS3.
Well,
It was like an overhead. You were the
Overhead
lions.
lines. Yeah,
I
that's
remember it
trash.
got panned.
I don't remember the game.
But
at
like
all.
you have to do something where it's like you get to be the pilots of the lions first. Maybe in some like, I don't know, melee type shit. I honestly don't know. Then you have to go
but
into
you
the
can leave it
lions.
though. You
Huh?
can leave it. It's 3D, 2D, 3D. Probably 3D.
3D. And then, but I think the toughest part is when you're Voltron. Like you got to make it. You got to make a co-op first of all. But when you're Voltron, you have to incorporate something where you're like working together on the lines of like a Overcooked or a Catastronauts, to where you're getting the robot to move and fight. You know,
He's gonna look
it-
like shit though. He's gonna be like walking all fucked up.
No, not like look like it, motherfucker.
Move the leg.
No, I'm talking about like somehow working together to get the robot to move. Like it's a very. I think it's one of those games where you have to incorporate 3 different play styles into it.
Well, the way
Yeah.
my thought, I was just thinking out loud. The way I can see them incorporating that would be like a quick time event. Like whoever's the leg or whatever fucking has to press the button, and it'll show it up on the screen. So you have to hit that shit at that time.
Or maybe
whatever.
like a mini game, like how Gears
Like-
of War when you reload. You know, like it
Yes.
goes like this. You have to hit it on
Yes,
time, and you
yes,
get a
yes,
powerful hit with that. Like
Right, but
something
it-
along those lines.
But it would be for like every
What if you had
body part.
yes.
What if you had a main person, the body control everything,
Yeah.
but you can like time stuff as it's happening to
Yeah.
make it more powerful, so it seems like you're all doing the work. at
Or
the same
maybe
time.
be like the first player will like doing the movement and shit, but it's like, all right, I need some fire, blah blah blah. The person who controls the fire has to hit a certain combination or be on time.
Yeah.
And it's be like,
So you
all
gotta
right,
do it
while you're
together.
doing
So
that,
it's-
I need someone to shoot some ice because he's like some sort of communication, like,
Like a-
Overcooked,
Like a Catastronauts.
yeah, like seriously, like a Catastronauts.
It'll
to
be a
where-
hell of a different type of game.
Oh no,
Yeah.
like, but it would be just for
It
that
would be
part.
super
Yeah, yeah,
different.
yeah.
It'd be just for that
be
part,
super
but like you'd have stages where you're outside of the lines, and it could be like a beat 'em up, or you're like a 3D type of beat 'em up. You
and
know,
then
like
the putties drop down and you can beat them all.
exactly.
Wrong. shit.
Wrong. Fucking French.
Wrong.
And then and then when you're the
Football might
lions,
do to
when you're the
shoot
actual
somebody,
lions,
though,
it could
than
be
they
like
are
a
to
shooter.
fight
You know what I'm
But the thing
saying?
is, like,
Hmm.
Voltron, I mean, Voltron is all. I know it's about the pilots too, but everyone wants to play as Voltron.
Listen.
So it has to be super fun and flawless.
No, you have
know
to do
what
it
I
the
mean?
right. It's so tough.
I don't know. Well, it's
Yeah,
it's
it's
tough.
really
It's
difficult.
tough if you do it multiplayer though. It's like that. Like
You
co-op.
have to though.
Just slice the
5
bad guy, have him blow up behind you. That's all I
have
care
to.
about.
How? I mean, that's the reason why it's
Nah,
tough.
no,
Is
it's
like, how do
like
you
you
do it
got-
multiplayer? That's the reason why it's tough. I'm not.
I-
I'm not saying it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
I would
It's
like
just
to
that
see
when
it.
they combine, it's hard to make it.
It's a
Exactly.
no, that's the
That's
challenge.
exactly-
The Voltron
that's
is the
the
challenge.
challenge.
That's what makes it a different type of game.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It turns into 3 different games in one. If you
Yeah.
think about it, it's because
Right.
when you're the
Yeah.
lions, it's a shooter. No matter how you cut it, it's a
Yo,
shooter.
You know what you could do? Remember the diehard trilogy? You do 3 different types of games.
Oh, gosh.
And you put it in one disc. That
was a great game, though.
You got well, it was good. Well, you have 3 separate. You have the driving game. You have so you have a pilot game.
But they can implement
You
it
have
better.
you have the mech game, whatever that you do with the other. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think of this. This is what I
I
think
don't
of. Kev, you could agree to this. A Way Out, right?
yeah.
You remember A Way Out? We played that. It's a 2-player co-op split screen. How many different elements do they throw into that one game? It doesn't play one way.
No.
It doesn't. There's
it
so
doesn't.
many different ways. There's so many different play mechanics in that game.
Very
it's just
ambitious.
like, yeah, it's like, and it worked. It's one of the best co-op games I've ever played. It's so ambitious and it works. So if you do like a couple of stages flying as the lions in a shooter, that works. If you do a couple of stages doing a beat 'em up, infiltrating some base as the pilots,
Like Superman.
doing some like some actual attacks and shit like that, that works. But when it gets to Voltron, you have to have it in a way where all the players are working together and trying to, defeat whatever the row beast or whatever.
You
the
get
fuck.
someone controlling the movement of Voltron.
Yes.
But we have
right?
a thing in
Anyone
there.
in the chat
Each
say anything,
line.
Chuck?
Yep.
If
Say
you're
what?
Like,
Well,
We got a comment in the chat about it.
Damn,
How's the
y'all-
chat?
y'all
How's the
just-
chat going, man?
Y'all just straight up just cut off Kev's point. Like
Sorry.
Go
hardcore.
ahead, Kev.
No, we
Finish your
saw
point.
something in the chat, and we
Yo,
just wanted
that-
Chalk
if
to
you're
read it out.
Voltron,
I know, but he
you
was
can have-
talking.
You can have somebody move as Voltron. One player move as Voltron,
Yes.
right? If you're like the green line and you're close to like whatever the row beast, do like a melee. You know, you get like the left punch.
You'll be
If
like
he
the
does
Octodad,
left
though.
punch, and then the red line could do a punch at a certain time.
You'll be
When
like
you're
the
in certain-
Octodad.
Far from-
When you're in certain areas, that's left up to the other player to do something.
Yes,
It's there
like if
to
you're
block,
if
to
you're
do
Voltron,
this.
You're far from the enemy. Every line still has like a projectile when they're formed with Voltron.
Yeah.
right?
You know how it controls
Okay.
that.
Dude, you guys totally missed what Jay.
Because
what
y'all
Sticks
just
is saying.
shitting on this whole
No.
entire conversation
No,
with some
man.
side conversation.
I'm trying to
Focus,
hold-
motherfuckers.
I'm
Focus.
trying to-
About that.
He said I like Octodad.
I heard him and I ignored him. I completely ignored him. It
was
for
funny.
I ignored him for a
It was
certain
funny
reason.
though. It was
If
funny.
I
you
wanted
picture-
to hear the
listen,
point.
If
was
you
funny.
picture Voltron fighting like Octodad, though,
Well, if you want to do it as a comedy, that shit'll be hilarious. Motherfucker flopping around like this.
Move the leg
Yeah,
up.
yeah, that'd be hilarious.
that would be the problem with trying to get it to work right.
That's the
No,
issue.
it will not look like Octodad.
So that, as I asked before, man. What's
Yeah, Retro Advisory Board was saying one arm should control the sword, one arm controls the shield.
There
The
we go.
legs are controlling how you dodge. And one moves you like maybe vertically, and then the head controls some shoulder missiles.
See, shout out to the
Something
chat for
See, there you
shout
go.
out to the chat for like being real about this conversation, unlike these chuckleheads over here.
I was trying to get to the chat, man.
calling it Octodad over there.
Well,
Hey,
shame
it's an
on you.
option.
Well, that wasn't me.
Shame on you.
It might happen now.
I was trying to bring
Though I would
attention.
laugh a lot if it was like Octodad
could be
flopping
a-
around like this. and
It
shit.
could be
That
a
shit-
code in the
I was
game.
just trying to bring attention to the chat. That's what I was trying to
But
do.
it would be.
Exactly.
I think Voltron is extremely challenging. But I
But that's
think,
a good idea, though.
Yeah. All those,
That is a good idea.
all those would be pretty tough to do. Chalk or Kev, you guys can go next.
Okay. Let's
You can
see,
go, Kev.
Thundercats. I said you already covered Thundercats. You covered He-Man. You covered G.I.
Kev didn't write
Joe.
shit down, guarantee. Didn't write
yeah.
a damn thing
Yep.
down. Look at him.
Yep.
He has no fucking idea.
He's thinking right
Yeah,
now.
he's
off the
talking out
top
his
of
ass
head.
right now. Top of my head.
Like,
No,
oh.
I'll be honest with you. Now, one I would like to see. Jay, is Ranma?
Ah,
80s?
That was a game.
It's on here.
I think so, yeah.
No, it's on here.
Ron
It
was
was on
80s.
It was 89.
A couple
Super
of games,
Nintendo.
but
It was
they've
1989.
all been fighting games. It's never gotten the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot treatment or Naruto treatment.
No.
Like
No story.
Ranma is like, it's a world that deserves to be explored fully in some sort of a 3D. You could keep a 3D fighting game.
Freaking
not just the
high.
one that came for PlayStation.
Okay.
I
What?
said Farinkin High. You gotta have that as a
Yes.
place.
Well, it was a fighting game.
Tati
No,
Wati
no.
Kuno.
You're talking about like a role
I'm
play.
saying the original one was a fighting game.
No, well, I know. But they
But-
killed it. It's over.
It was
I know, it's-
That's years ago.
And it wasn't good, but I mean,
I liked
still.
it. I liked hard
bad.
battle.
I didn't like it.
Hard battle was
It wasn't
good.
bad.
Hard Battle was
At the
a good
time,
game.
definitely not
Hard
now.
Battle was a good game.
At the time, it was decent.
But also, yeah, like I would like to see Ranma half. I
As a fighting game?
See that come out.
Fighting game?
It's a role player.
What do you say?
Role
What?
player
Oh,
fighting
an
game?
adventure,
Oh,
like an open world.
I want to see like a role player, like a Kakarot, like a
That sounds-
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
I like that.
Action role.
That'd be
player.
dope.
Yeah.
I like that.
Tatawati Kuno.
Plus, it would have the Dragon
And
Ball Z
there's always,
graphics.
this game has been made. There's been tons of games made for this franchise, but there needs to be a good 3D one. Like
There was a role
Ninja
player.
Turtles.
There was a role player for the Super
Has to-
Nintendo. That was like Final
What?
Fantasy.
Ranma half.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like
no,
Dragon
don't play
Quest
that.
style, like
Well, I want to see the
was
updated
termed.
anime graphics. That's what all these
Well,
games
Dragon
have.
Quest.
The Dragon Ball and
Same
Dragon
art.
Quest.
Yeah,
7.
yeah. That clean inking.
Or- I'm
They got
sorry.
that clean inking.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it
I
look
like to
that
sit-
Super
good.
clean.
But yeah, that's a
Come on,
good. That's a
you see
good
Nah,
one.
man,
Piece
Naruto's
games.
taking
they
the
do
spot.
One Piece really
Wait,
well.
what?
One Piece.
And Ranma half deserves that. It
I hate
deserves
One Piece.
Okay.
But I want to see Ninja Turtles. I want to see a good out of the shadows. They need to make
That was 89 also.
They need to
Yeah.
polish that
88.
game up, make it over again. A really good Ninja
There've
Turtles
been so
game
many.
that takes advantage.
Yeah, I agree. There's been so many Ninja Turtles games, but I don't think they've got down perfect yet. They did.
They
They
kept
still-
that franchise going though since
Dude.
the '80s. That's
Yeah,
one of the ones from the beginning I was
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It never died.
And
Yeah.
like, there's been some dope ones like the arcade game, Turtles in Time.
There haven't been many
and,
bad.
And they've
Yeah.
been made a couple of stinkers. You know, then they came back out with some decent ones.
Did they ever remaster that?
Which one?
Turtles in Time?
Turtles in
Yes,
Time. They did that
they
for
did.
the
They did.
360.
They did.
Oh, okay.
It's not
That
for
was
sale
the
no
most quietest.
I never even
Like, and it was dope.
We played it. It was
Yeah, it
dope.
was
shoot.
awesome.
I forgot about that.
On the
We have it on the
360, we still
360.
have it.
Totally-
We should probably stream that because
Wow.
a lot of people don't know about that.
I totally forgot about that, and I just remembered it now. I'm like, oh shit,
Yep.
that's right.
And it was Gummy Bears from the 80s.
Yeah, that's definitely 80s. That's 80s as fuck.
I had that on my list.
I thought about it.
I had it on my
thought
list.
about it. I didn't put it on, but I thought
I
about it.
did. I put that shit on my list.
That
man.
song, though.
We've seen DuckTales. We've seen
Nah,
Rescue
Gummy Bears
Rangers.
No,
needs
you know
There's
what?
never
I
been
want to
Gummy
see
Bears.
that.
Gummy
I
Bears
want
needs
to
one.
see Gummy Bears, and I want to see it like Castle of Illusions.
I couldn't
Yeah,
think of a. I
yeah.
couldn't think
But,
of a
like,
game.
obviously,
I couldn't
so-
think of a game for Gummy Bears. I know of it. Yes.
Yeah, Castle World of Illusion,
Dude.
same shit. They just do
Well,
it
I
that
mean,
way.
they recently had the Disney Afternoon collection, which was like Darkwing Duck and DuckTales,
No Gummy Bears,
Tailspin,
man.
and
Tailspin,
another
yeah,
titles in there.
Nah, man, you get that Gummy Berry juice.
Oh, Rescue Rangers.
Yeah,
It's a
yo, they
power-up.
get that crack juice.
and then you can freaking
They
jump
get that
up, man.
crack-
Oh,
they get
that
that
cool.
man,
Yeah, the
that
crack
would be
juice.
dope.
They be jumping around like crazy.
But it would be hard to do the physics. Like I have to understand what type of game it would be. But
Castle of Illusions, picture that
You need-
style.
you need
like
the
that,
song.
that artwork.
I don't know who the villain
animation.
is. I don't
villain?
remember who the villain is in the Gummy
I don't know.
Bears.
The haters. This is haters. They're just haters. I don't know who the fuck. It's just you're playing against the haters.
So I wouldn't know who you'd fight in it.
I forgot, man.
I forgot too.
I totally forgot, dude.
It's just the haters, right? That's what it is. I don't know what the enemy
I
is.
used to love
But
that
to
show.
complete the Disney Afternoon, I mean, yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
The haters.
yeah.
The haters.
Other than that, I like to see a sequel to Fall of Cybertron, but playing
So
more
Transformers.
like make it a split. I like War for Cybertron.
Okay, so
I think that
since you
was a
segued
really-
to Transformers,
Yeah,
that
and you
was
said-
on mine also.
And you said 2 games.
Yeah.
Instead of just
You don't
one.
like-
that was two. Sorry, I went to 3.
You don't
was
like the
three.
that was 3
Three-
games.
I'm sorry,
Kev
3
did
Gummy
this-
Bears was actually a joke.
You don't like Transformers for the Nintendo Entertainment System?
Damn.
You don't like that?
Nobody
I'd like
knows
to
about
see
that.
Gummy Bears, but I'm not dying for it. But I want to see, like, come on, War of Cybertron was an awesome game. When you play on Decepticons, right? And there was like that floating ship, and you were able to fight people inside the ship, transform to a jet, fight people outside of it, come back. It was a
No, it was amazing.
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing.
Like
That's done right.
that was seen.
That's done right. That's the right way to
It
do
was
it if
done,
you're doing it.
yes. It was like that. There's no perfect way I could think of Transformers. The Fall of Cybertron was good in that it gave spotlights on different Transformers and stuff like that, but it needs to be the multiplayer again. They can
I
do
think
it
that's
like
the only
that
the only
again.
thing missing was the multiplayer.
Yeah.
War for
Agreed.
Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron. The only thing missing was the multiplayer, and you gotta throw in some 80s tracks in there. Gotta throw in some of those 80s tracks from the movie, man. That shit's fire. You gotta throw that in
Hell
there,
yeah.
man. You gotta throw that in there. But if I were to do, since you brought up Transformers, if I were to do like obviously a new one, I would do it the same style as Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron, but I would have it the graphics
Same
of
style.
the Devastation one. The cartoony.
Yeah. Oh,
really?
I would have it that
Transformers Devastation was.
I would have it that
ridiculous.
look.
That
Cartoon.
game
I would have
was
it
good.
the cartoony look, but I would
the
have
soundtrack.
it and the soundtrack, and I would have it play like the Fall of Cybertron and have it co-op, and it's perfect.
Okay.
It's perfect, and I would have, the DLCs of all the throw in Ultra Magnus, Hot Rod, Springer, RC, because I think they were in the multiplayer DLC for the last one.
Oh,
Yeah, they I think they were like as a skin, and
Springer and RC.
I think there was definitely an
And
Ultra
Hot Rod?
Magnus, but if I were that,
Oh, there was a Hot Rod.
was there a Hot Rod?
Yeah, what was that, man?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure if it was a Hot Rod, but since there's a Netflix series coming up, reviving the Transformers,
That looks
and
awesome.
Generation 1.
yeah, and it looks really fucking cool. They gotta.
Do it that way.
I don't even know who has Transformers. I don't even think Activision doesn't have that license anymore. I think it expired. Yeah, I think. Oh, my bad. I think it expired, and no one. I don't know who has the Transformers name right now.
Well, we'll find out hopefully with a good game.
Somebody needs to take it
Yeah.
and make it amazing because Transformers is dope. Really, really fucking dope.
Yep.
And those games are so underrated, especially Kev. Did you play through the second one? Was it the Fall or was it the Fall?
I didn't beat Fall of Cybertron. I didn't beat that.
I got one. Kev
I
will be
got
happy
up
with.
to like, what's Cliff Jumper? Cliff Jumper's part. That was it.
Yo, the last stage of that game is insane.
Chuck, I'm so happy you just said that because I was about to yell at Turbo for not playing the last stage. That might be one of the
Last stage is
craziest
so fire.
last stages I've played in a video game. Like
Yeah.
Like, are you up to the last stage now yet? Like, because if you are,
No,
play it
no.
tomorrow.
Come on, man.
Come on, dude.
I heard you talk about before, but check it out though. I did play Transformers game for the PS2.
I don't know what that
Okay,
means.
and
No, you played that one from Japan.
Remember-
That horrible one. Yes.
that was
Ain't nobody talk about that.
I am Optimus Prime.
Those voices
And my
were-
voice is the same as Megatron's voice.
voices
Why?
were
Everyone's
fucking-
voice is the
The
same.
voices were terrible.
That one voice actor.
Voice was fucking terrible. Voices.
Yo, they had Skylinks in there, man. That was.
I mean, they
crazy.
had the characters, but the characters were fake.
The
It was a
characters were
bootleg.
there,
No, the game.
but the game was
terrible.
The game was trash.
You
You
can't
played
beat
through-
that. How you beat that?
Yo, you played through the whole shit of that, but you won't finish fucking Fall of Cybertron.
I need that.
I need that.
Is that what you want? That game was terrible.
Shame on you, dude. That Chuck, Chuck, you know that last
So-
part was fire.
I gotta. All right.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
We
It
gotta
was
stay on
crazy.
Transformers all night.
Hell yeah, Transformers all day.
No, we're not gonna stay on Transformers.
Ain't nothing out on nobody's listening.
I got a title that Kev will be happy with.
I didn't even go. Hold
Nah,
on.
nah.
Stop.
I got a
Yo,
title.
yo. That's true. You skipped Chalk,
Shit,
yo.
that's right.
Fine, Chuck. Go ahead.
All right. I got two titles actually that I don't even know how to make.
But I got this one here though.
First is Silverhawks.
Yes.
Oh
Silverhawks.
shit! Yeah, I got that on my list.
How would you make the game?
Yes.
I have no idea.
See, so you can't put it on
Yeah.
the list.
No. You can put it on the list. Silverhawks is fire.
What?
What type of
Silverhawks
game?
is fire.
What type of game?
Like Silver Surfer. No, it's horrible.
Damn.
That's horrible.
Yo, that game was awful.
That's an awful game.
Silver
No,
Surfer.
I was joking. I was joking.
What would you? All right.
Yeah,
what
it would
type
have
of
to
game?
be flying, and then maybe some stuff on the ground. But
Did that take
maybe
place in space mostly?
Were they mostly flying throughout the cartoon? I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Space.
Have to be a shooter then.
Yeah.
It was space. It
Yeah.
wasn't space, right?
But they didn't shoot though, did they?
they had shoulder
Yeah,
lasers.
it's shoulder.
He said that shit mad quick.
Shoulder
They had
lasers.
shoulder lasers. Shoulder lasers.
But it would have to be a shooter then.
Yeah.
Because they're all just flying.
The easiest way to I guess
Shmup.
the easiest way to describe it was as Retro in the chat said, Silverhawks is basically Thundercats in space.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, the cartoon,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
People know the history. I like that shit in the chat.
So what? Like
Yeah.
like an overhead shooter, old school?
No, not overhead.
Yeah,
A
oh yeah,
shmup.
it would have to be
Because you got to see the
Right.
arms.
You gotta do like
Like, how would you make it? You
Like
have
Space
to.
Harrier, dude. Space
And
Harrier
you
all
pick
day.
up, you pick up a power up, and then you're
Space Harrier like this.
Bird.
Like this. No, come on, Space Harrier. Hold on.
That'd be a terrible.
Fucking
Yeah, hold on
Space
like
Harrier?
this. Come on, man.
Come on,
Space
dude.
Harrier. It was,
They
Space
fly.
Harrier.
They fly like this. How would they?
yes. You see the wings like this. Yo, he flying straight. Like what's going on? Pew, 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 pew,
The
pew.
wings of
Pew,
fell.
pew, pew. Come
Terrible.
on, man.
dude,
Come
Space
on.
Harrier.
I don't think we had a
Space
good
Harrier,
enough
that's
idea for that one. That's a
Dude.
bad one.
I mean,
But I mean,
And
yes,
another
it's a
game,
popular franchise.
Another show.
wait.
was,
You only
some
get one. You only get one.
Damn. That's
We're
foul.
going around. We're
Nah,
only
y'all
doing
skip-
one game
y'all
at a
skip
time.
like
Let me
nine
stop
guys.
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
He's like, hold up. Kev
No.
got 3 in this.
So there's
motherfucker.
other
No,
game-
because
so
Kev
this-
got. I know Kev went ahead and jumped the gun and went like I'm saying all the fucking.
So this
games.
other game I got right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Damn.
Hey, Chuck, finish it.
No. Go ahead.
He
Wait,
saw
wait.
Chuck's face turn. He's like, hold on.
The rules changed. All right, fuck it.
Hold on.
Go ahead. Say it.
We can do two.
Centurions.
You know,
Okay.
you know what? I was gonna put that on, and I didn't. I was like, because I didn't know what the fuck.
What you gonna have like
How
Exo
would you do
Man
it?
of War, like Iron Man,
It's,
like Anthem.
Nah, it's gonna have to be like a three,
Like
like a 3 games in one, because
Yeah.
there's gonna be an underwater level, a ground level, and then a flight level.
Okay,
so Anthem.
Yeah.
Is it not? Is that not Anthem?
but good.
But yeah, hopefully good. But what would you make it look like? Would it look like that? With the
Look like Anthem.
It
No.
shouldn't be online only.
Why not?
Actually,
you gotta
no.
update it.
I would do it like the more realistic graphics. Maybe like nothing. I don't want it cell shaded. I don't think it would look good cell shaded.
So, like,
I
Anthem.
think kind of like close to Smash type graphics.
Like a half and half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's messed
I think
up?
that would be
The
best.
fact that you said Centurions, I feel this is where my memory is like. I know I had Centurion toys back in the day. I know
Me
I
too.
know I watched the cartoons. I just can't remember it 100% right now. I really can't.
I had Max. I had Ace. I never had the dude that was on the ground. I can't remember. his
Kev,
name.
you know Centurions? You mess with
Tom.
It rings
Ralph.
a bell. I know.
that? I know we had the
Centurions.
toys, but I just don't remember. I can't remember.
Are they the? All right. What? Explain to me what Centurions is again, because I forgot. Is it in the battle armor and they had the holes in them?
Man and Machine Power Extreme. What?
I didn't buy it. I never bought them.
Are you serious?
I need to look it
bro?
up.
Listen. All right, I'll tell you what.
There were these three like operatives.
I'll tell you what though. I would get
one was one was a master of air combat. One was a master of ground combat. The other was the master of underwater combat. And they had different setups that got beamed down to them from space because that's where their base was.
You know what I got it
Go
confused
figure,
with?
and nobody has space stuff. But
I got it confused with. I always got it confused with. What's the one with they turn into beasts and they hold up a hologram?
Visionaries?
Yes.
Visionaries.
I used to get it mixed up with that all the
That's
time.
another one.
Yo, I just looked up Centaurians and like some porn shit just popped up.
Oh shit,
What is wrong?
Dude, I just looked up Centaurians.
so did you put like XXX?
No,
at the
man,
end?
Centaurians.
Cartoon?
Yeah.
Cartoon.
80s cartoon.
Yo, it's right next to the cartoons. Look. See? Boom. What's going on?
Oh,
you got the cartoon,
oh, dear
and you got
God.
like some like dominatrix
Oh
shit
my
going. Look,
God,
what is this?
What the hell is that?
And then Captain America thrown in there.
that
What's
looked like
going
some
on?
biblical
Yeah,
porn
Centaurians.
shit too.
Okay, I remember that. Okay, now I'm remembering that shit.
So, let's move on.
So make sure you spell it right. Let me.
Oh yeah, we had all these toys. What the fuck, dude?
I got one.
Yeah,
That
man.
y'all can elaborate on.
Yeah.
Captaining the Game Master.
Ah,
Now, the fact that this isn't a game
it's travesty.
is crazy.
It's a travesty.
And it should be like how Smash Brothers has everything in it. This should be like
The Game Master. It should have
the Game
games
Master
in it.
should have those worlds. And I don't know whether it be like a platform or a side scroller.
Let me ask you a question though.
have an idea.
Would you?
I would try to have it like Metroid.
Yo, shout out to Laval in the chat.
Yo, what's good,
Hold
Laval?
on.
What's up, Laval?
What's up, Laval? Well, I'm now whooping his ass in some basketball. No,
The man just want to lie.
shit.
Just wants to lie to everybody on the internet.
Oh damn.
sorry.
But I would probably have it play like a Metroid type game.
no,
Like that type of Metroid.
Would you have it in the style of how the cartoon is, or like if you do like a Mega Man stage, is it gonna be that ugly ass Mega Man in the cartoon?
Yes.
You have to, right?
Yes.
You have to.
To
Yeah,
make it different.
Yeah, you have to.
To make it different.
Yeah, you have to.
I would have to have it like Mega.
Yeah.
Garbage.
And the horrible Simon Belmont
Okay.
and
Yeah.
Metro.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to.
Yep.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Just to make it different.
But my idea was to have it each character play in each other
In their world?
game. Yeah, in their world. So like you could have the Mega
What
Man,
about Captain Ed?
but you could have Simon Belmont play in Mega Man's world, and then you play like you know what I mean, like
I think you should have them as a side character and like to help you.
Captain
just,
Ed-
just to make it different.
Captain
But
has
is
to
the
play
main
through
guy.
every. Yeah, Captain has
Oh,
to play
yeah.
through all that
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you can
Yeah.
like call in Mega Man or like he'll be helping as a side guy. This is a different gameplay mechanic.
He pops out, goes
Right.
Mega. He has to do that.
But you can still switch out your powers, but he does it.
Yeah.
And then you can control him, but he has to jump with
No
you
one's
and
ever
stuff.
done
Weird.
that. Why is no one ever done
no one's
that?
ever thought of it because it was made for freaking cartoon, man. That was it.
No, that was
They're
just
like, oh, we
they
need to-
didn't care about
they need to
Captain
promote-
and himself.
They were
just wanted
promoting
to
the
make
system.
they wanted to put the worlds out on cartoon.
It was to promote Nintendo.
Mother Brain was more of a character than
He looked
Captain
like
Ed.
Keanu Reeves back in the day.
He should be.
He should be Keanu Reeves. He did. He looked like Keanu Reeves back in the day. Real.
He does not look like that.
Not now.
He
Definitely
always,
not
Keanu
now.
Reeves looks exactly the same. What are you talking about?
Man, listen.
Wow.
But going off that, there's another
John
title
Wick.
from that cartoon era that's from Nintendo. And what game is that?
Super Mario.
The Super Mario
Super Show.
Exactly.
Shout out to Jesus Lopez.
Hell yeah, son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it
It's on
should
my
look
list.
exactly like that.
Yeah, the way he's doing that game, that's exactly how it looks. What's kept
That's-
doing with his camera over there?
And there's no other way that you can imagine it being
It has,
done.
has to be that way. There's
That's
no
the
other
only
way
way.
it could do it.
No, that's the perfect way to do it.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should be done. I don't know what's going on. Nintendo's
I
like,
would-
oh.
I would wish that Nintendo would like man up and just hire the dude, man. Come on.
Get it done,
Get
man.
this shit
Listen, the
done.
game is already made.
That'd be
The
awesome.
worlds are already drawn out. The characters already drawn out.
Right.
The level design, like the way he did it. Just watch his channel. The way he did it, perfect way. Jesus Lopez, shout out to him. That's a dope looking game, and that should be picked up by Nintendo to be that show.
Absolutely.
And that's how Mario-
Nintendo don't want to pay people for doing stuff better than they.
Yo, give him like $1,000. Come on, just help him come out.
1,000?
Just make the game come out.
Stop.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, better enough.
Just make the game
But
come out.
he clearly deserves.
Oh,
more.
definitely. Put his name on it. It's an indie title. Just do it. I just want to see the game. No, definitely pay him. But if you're not gonna pay him, at least make the game. Come on. Give him artistic credit. Pay him. Pay the man.
pay that man. Dude's
But,
talented.
Who's next?
I got one. Actually, I got two left.
Oh, you're just gonna skip me? All
yeah,
right.
screw that.
All right.
Now you sitting there.
I see how it is.
You're fumbling. You got like the.
Since we're in the business of skipping.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, right.
Hell yeah, that's how.
All
we
right,
roll.
I got one I know nobody has on their list. There was a cereal made. There was toys, everything, man. Cartoon was dope. A little obscure, but it was dope. Mr. T needs a video game.
I think he's alone on that.
I respect that.
I think he's alone on that one.
What type of
Mr.
game?
T needs a video game. It would be in the vein of Cartoon Network.
It'd be the
Adult
Abobo,
Swim.
the Abobo game.
Just well,
It would be the Abobo game. It
yeah. Well,
would be the Abobo game.
something like that.
Is it like a brawler?
I still haven't figured it out yet.
It has to be.
But it would have to be It would
Yo,
have to be
that just-
comedic though. It would have to be.
has to be an over the top brawler.
It would be in the vein of what's the freaking show, man? Like Harvey Birdman or
He said
Space Ghost.
What is going on with Kev?
His phone's dead.
Kev, what is happening on your side? There's a couch.
His phone's gonna die.
Turbo 857 is oh man,
He's a mess.
wow.
Oh, here we go. All right. Cool,
dropping
cool,
his
cool.
dropping
I'm sorry.
the camera.
Are you drunk?
So Chuck, what's the?
No, I'm
So
not.
Chuck, what do you think this game should be? What do you think this Mr. T game should be?
I don't remember. Like, I'm having trouble remembering the cartoon.
It was
so
old.
I'm like,
It's old as
I
shit.
don't know where to go. And I just remembered a cartoon, and it made me crack up, so I can't even think straight right now. I just remembered an 80s cartoon that I'm going to mention for my next one. Oh, my
Well,
God. It's going to be
Do
amazing.
you remember what was that the Mike Tyson Adventures or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah, yeah. With the pigeon and the ghost, the
Something
girl.
like something like that along the lines like over the top.
The
like that.
Abobo. It's the Abobo game. It's
Yeah.
exactly how it has to be. The Abobo game. That's how Mr. T's game has to be. Just exactly like the Abobo
With
game.
his voice though.
Yeah.
He would have to voice that whole
Yep.
the whole thing.
Okay. Who's next?
Nobody has that on their list. That's why.
Oh, definitely not.
Definitely not.
I knew it though.
I can go.
Go ahead.
Kev, you're going to assist me on this one. All right?
He might not make it.
No, he knows it.
No, I mean
If his phone doesn't die. Are you charging right now?
You can't. Go ahead.
All right, you motherfucker. Visionaries.
Oh, it's on my list.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Visionaries
That's on my
has
list,
to be
too.
a game
It's on my list. Yep.
as soon as possible.
Yep.
There's so
Guardian Hero style.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta say. Visionaries has to be done
Yeah.
like Guardian Heroes.
Yeah.
That is all. That is all.
I would like or RPG style. I'd like
It
to
could
see
be.
that. I could see that.
It could be.
Either way.
That would.
Visionaries was good.
I think that cartoon was ahead of its
Hell yeah.
time. It was
Oh,
way
yeah.
too ahead of its time.
Oh yeah.
Way too ahead of its time. It was too good. It was too good for me being that young to understand what's going on. But their toys were
Yeah.
like fly. Like the what was it? The each one of their chests
Hologram.
had like the animal that they could like
So it's like Alter Beast.
in a sense. They didn't really turn into it, right?
Yeah.
They didn't turn into it, but they just had
Yeah.
the powers of like if you had like a cheetah in his like
Yeah.
chest or whatever, he could like move as fast as a cheetah while whooping people's asses.
Yeah.
Like it was really
That was one of the toys I had.
I had
The dude cheetah.
dude, I think I still have some in my attic. I have a bunch of them, and they were all awesome. Visionaries had to come
They
back.
were great.
If anyone in the chat knows what I'm talking about, Visionaries, yo, listen.
Yeah.
The
Ren says Cryotech for the win.
who? Cryotech.
Cryotech.
Cryo.
I don't remember that.
I'm gonna look it up. I might. I might.
Cryotech?
That sounds familiar.
I had like so many
But
toys.
I got two that I think are not on anybody's list. Well, actually, one of them probably is, but this one is not.
Go for it.
Chuck Norris and the Karate Commando.
God damn.
I wish I had the soundboard set
Yeah,
up.
God.
Wow.
And that has to be like a straight up Ninja Turtles type beat 'em up. Leave it just like
yeah.
I'm thinking
that. It would
like
be
Bayou Billy.
amazing.
By Bill, man, that's horrible.
Stop with the Bayou Billy.
Yo,
That's
stop hating.
horrible.
Stop hating. And the other one is Bionic 6.
That's mine. Wait for me.
Bionic
Damn it.
Oh, wow. I
Six.
didn't think of
Jay,
that.
talk about it, Jay. Talk about it.
I didn't think
Talk
about that one.
You could always
yeah.
add to it, Jay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, can I sing the song? No, no.
I will shut this down. I will cut the camera.
We're gonna go off air.
We're so very
We're
proud to
cutting
be
this
Stop it, stop
podcast
it.
short.
Bionic
Thank you guys so
All right,
much
guys,
for watching.
thank you for watching.
Yes.
Be
You
sure
have
to
a good night.
subscribe and
Yeah.
have a good
Cutting
night.
it right
Cut
off,
it.
man.
Listen,
I have a fantastic singing voice.
type of game. Yeah, me too. But type of game I want it to be. I want it to be a 6-player game.
6-player.
6-player. Like the
Hell yeah.
X-Men arcade game, like the full-on one.
Oh, the one you hate.
Yes.
Yes.
He said yes.
He said yes.
Because that's the only way this game can be. It has to be 6 players because it's Bionic
Wow.
6.
That's the best response ever. Oh, the one you hate? Yes.
Yes. It's got to be a 6-player.
What if you did it
Brawler.
like that indie game that we saw in the eShop that we did the indie eShop reaction that was 3 players and we were all hyped up because it looked like a cool platform puzzle game.
Don't remind me.
And then it turned out that it was a 1-player game.
Yeah.
And we were like, what the?
Well, you can't have Bionic 6 without there being
No, you
6
can't.
players.
No, because that's the reaction we would have is exactly
And it's
that.
easy. It's an easy game for a beat 'em up. That's it. That's all it can be.
Yeah.
That's all it can be.
Yeah.
I must be the worst person on Google because every time I look up something, I don't get what I'm looking for.
I don't.
I looked up cryotech
Oh,
because I wanted to know what it is, and I see this
Porn?
You see? No, look at what is this? What is
It's
this?
a kabuki mask.
It's like
What the fuck
it's some dude with a weird mask.
It's a kabuki mask.
I'm done with this.
I don't know.
I want to know what it is.
What were you looking
I
at?
have a quick one
You have
that I
one?
can just name quickly.
Oh.
It is because he stole mine.
He's so mad. He's so mad at him.
Well, my Jason the Weird Warriors got taken too. So I'm going to talk about that one for a second. I want that to be like Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
I was thinking
which
the same
one?
thing.
Jason the Weird Warriors.
Oh shit.
That has to be like Twisted Metal. And I'm hoping-
Wasn't that like the 70s? That wasn't the
Not the
80s.
70s.
Nah, that was.
No, I'm just fucking with him.
They had chrome.
Actually-
they had chrome buzzsaw things.
It's-
Like that's all 80s. And they all had little brains that made no sense.
They all had little brains.
Yeah, made no sense.
Wow. I only have one left though.
But that would definitely be an easy game to make.
Yeah.
It's a car battle.
That makes
What the hell?
sense.
It has to be.
Yeah.
So in the chat, when y'all said that, I'm pretty sure y'all meant like Twisted Metal.
My last one. I don't know if any of you guys have this on your list, but Dino Riders.
I don't.
I don't.
It's gonna be like Cadillac.
Someone in the chat mentioned Dino Riders.
Oh yeah. Ah, okay. Give
What
them a
type of
shout
game?
out. Who is it?
Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I gotta go back. This chat's moving. Oh, it was Retro.
Oh,
Retro
okay.
Advisory said.
Yeah.
Retro Advisory Board mentioned Dino Riders.
Retro
Oh, yeah.
holding it down.
Yeah, Dino Riders would be.
Hell yeah, Retro's holding it down.
I don't know if it would be a. I don't know. Like, would it be a
Like
beat 'em up?
Cadillacs and dinosaurs.
That's a,
Probably.
Yeah, yeah,
It would
actually, yeah,
probably.
yeah,
That's what I get in my head
yeah,
because they just have their weaponized dinosaurs, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Weaponized dinosaurs. Yeah.
I mean, you can't really do it. I wouldn't do it 3D with that.
No. No.
All right. Anybody? I got
I have one more left.
2 quick ones, but you can go.
The real Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Hell yes.
You don't want the monkey Ghostbusters?
Hell, no, get that
No,
monkey
you don't
out
want
of here.
Ghostbusters.
That's the real Ghostbusters.
Hell out of here with that. There hasn't been like a real dope Ghostbusters game in a long time. Like,
That goes with the.
give me
They
a
just re-released it for the Switch.
give me a co-op, man. Give me a nice
Yeah.
co-op.
They actually had one
Working together,
They did.
using
The Wii
like
U,
the
right?
proton packs, throwing someone else throws the trap under. That would be dope, man.
They actually had a. They did a. It's horrible.
It was multiplayer.
It was horrible. It was multiplayer. It was overhead like a Dungeons and Dragons style, and it was after the reboot movie, the one with the all female.
Ain't no one trying to hear that right now.
But they did, and it was terrible. It was terrible. But that's another one of those franchises that's like.
Well, Ghostbusters
Why
is coming
can't-
back.
Ghostbusters is such a nostalgic, dope, like series. You could make it's so easy to make a good game. I don't care what anyone says. They've made so many bad games with it. You could make a dope game with it so easily. And when the real Ghostbusters, keep it cartoony,
Right.
make it multiplayer, 4 players, and do the damn. Obviously, it's not a beat 'em up because you use the fucking proton packs and someone throws the trap and boom, you're good. Add some other shit in there, just like the little was that stuff from the movie in part 2? Desvigo, that shit with the you use those different things from the movies that you could upgrade your gun throughout the
Right.
whole game.
No, it's definitely.
But it's
worth
gotta be
doing.
co-op.
It's easy.
It's got to be co-op.
Co-op,
Co-op
Well,
all the way.
and you got to add that
Turbo
character.
has bid farewell, so he's going to be
Yes.
in deep thought for the
Yeah.
rest of the
Yo,
show.
I thought he was thinking for a minute.
Yeah.
Yo,
No, he is. He's Turbo 857 is thinking
I was
about
like,
what you're
he's
saying.
really thinking about what I'm saying right
No,
now.
his phone
and
was
his
just-
shit is frozen to death because
know
he
why?
did not charge his fucking phone.
Exactly.
God damn it, Kev.
So he's going to be chilling for now.
Well, it was nice having him.
Chuck, do you have another one? Oh, you
I have another 2.
okay?
Oh shit.
Mask.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely Mask.
Okay, yes.
Mask definitely needs a game.
Fuck.
Why can I only think Micro Machines for that?
I was gonna put
can
that on
be
my list too.
Kind of like Blaster Master, like
Ooh,
Okay.
because I know they do stuff outside of their vehicles.
I
and then
see
in
you,
the
Chalk.
vehicles
I see you.
would be cool.
Blaster Master. Okay.
I like that. I
And
like that.
another thing that came to mind was you guys remember GoBots?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And instead of having a standalone GoBots game, Hasbro should buy up that property so they can do a Transformers versus GoBots.
Oh
No.
Yes.
That's
I
actually
think,
a good idea.
I think Hasbro.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Hasbro should buy that and make a bootleg Transformers with the GoBots. The same game, just worse.
No.
Damn,
said that.
damn. What is that?
No.
What is that?
No.
That's what GoBots is
What
to
is
Transformers.
that?
Yes.
What is that?
Oh, GoBots is good. All of a
Listen,
sudden?
I grew up on GoBots.
Come on.
Me
all right?
too.
Wait, listen. I liked GoBots. Just because Transformers is way better than GoBots doesn't mean you
bad.
bring them back out and they still have to be shitty.
They're
You could
supposed
do
to be
you
what
could
it
do
really is.
You could do a nice little,
No, you
updated version of their designs
An
and make
homage.
it, yeah, exactly,
An
and still
homage,
have
man.
them, look
Okay.
as good as the
That's
Transformers.
it. You gotta
So you
pay
can
your
play
homage
as-
to.
Retro Advisory Board just said Hasbro does own GoBots.
Oh,
hey,
word?
hey.
Dude, man,
So
you
we're
the
almost
man.
there.
Somebody was
Yo.
thinking way ahead of the
Yeah,
game.
you just gotta remake the designs a little bit so they don't look as corny.
So we can play
Shout
as the
out.
scooter.
Shout out to
Scooter was
Retro
fly.
Advisory Board.
He's a
Thank you,
cool
man.
toy.
Bumblebee.
Yo, Retro Advisory Board. You're the man. Thank you.
And who's Leader One all day, man.
Leader One was
Leader
ill.
One all
Yeah.
day.
I forgot what the evil one was called.
What, the evil
I
one?
forgot what the evil dude was called.
Not,
It's probably
Cycle or
Cybot.
something like that.
Cygor.
Cykill.
Cykill.
Cycle?
Cycle.
Cycle.
Yeah.
That's so 80s.
Like a motorcycle.
Cycle.
Psycho.
But he was like a jet. Oh, whatever.
No, he turned into a
Did he turn a motorcycle? Oh, yes, he did.
I don't know. That's Turbo. What
He
you
had a
think? Turbo, what you think?
Hey, he's thinking. He's thinking.
He's
Hold
thinking
on.
about it. He's thinking,
Give him
he's
some
thinking about
time.
it. Come on.
Give him some
He's like, Star
Wow.
Trek. What's going on here?
Actually,
Turbo, answer the question.
on.
leader one was the jet. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember.
Leader One was the man.
That's what I got. I got a bunch of GoBots instead of Transformers because they were a lot cheaper. I just hated that one was mad big and the other one was mad small. I didn't like that because they would just rip off. They just, you know what they did? This is what they did. They took the stuff from Japan and they just named it GoBots. They weren't even the right toys. That's why some was mad big and some was tiny as hell.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's like what they did with Robotech.
That's the messed up thing about GoBots. I can only name like two.
There was a girl.
Yeah.
There was a
I can
girl,
name
too.
Scooter and
I
Leader
forget.
One.
That was a dope. Scooter was a dope toy though. It had
No, Scooter's
it
the
bounced.
shit.
It had it bounced on it. It was crazy.
I think my dog pissed on it.
Damn.
No, my dog pissed on everything. Remember Rob the Robot for Nintendo? Yeah, that's
Worth a lot. The
had
dog
to-
ruined everything.
Not
he owned.
anymore.
Just don't tell nobody. Sell it.
You gotta spray that down.
I got a quick one.
Oh,
Actually,
nice.
I got two more, and I can run through it real fast.
Go for it.
and then we're good. Let's see. This is a quick one. Turbo Teen. I wanted exactly like Outrun because that's exactly.
I was
what it
just
is.
about to say, that could only be done one way.
Like,
Wow.
I saw it and I'm like, how do you make that into?
Yeah.
Just like Outrun. That's
Outrun.
all. Just one.
exactly like
That's it.
Outrun. Just
yeah.
give you Outrun. Just call it
If
Turbo Teen.
Outrun had an expansion.
Exactly.
add that.
Give me one cutscene of him transforming into the Outrun car, and you're good. That's the rest of the game. It's the same game. That's all I want.
That's it.
Just the animation.
He just want the animation at the beginning.
just
That's
the
all.
animation,
The
just-
only difference. But his face is so wide.
And then the ending, he transforms back, gives you a thumbs up. It's easy game.
That's all you want. That's all you want.
And only when you finish the race, that's it.
You're not asking much. You can
That was
make
it.
Ooh, I had one.
I got one that no one has on their list. And this one, and you're gonna be like, oh, who cares? Because you're not gonna know what it is. So
Oh, who cares?
the Mysterious Cities of Gold.
Oh no, I
It
remember
was,
this.
it was a dope cartoon. It was mad old though, mad old.
I don't remember it.
But I wanted to play like Tomb Raider.
Sorry, that's the 70s, dude. That's
No,
No,
it's not the
it's
70s,
not.
man.
I wanted to play like a Tomb Raider or an Uncharted or something like that,
Okay.
or like Indiana Jones. It's that type of thing. But they were kids.
I used to love that
They were
cartoon.
kids. The song was
I
dope.
wish I knew how it ended.
Song was dope. But yeah, no one knows how it ends. That's why you should make a game and at the ending where they find the Mysterious City of Gold.
Yo, he said that shit mad fast.
Wow.
Hey, fuck, it's a Mr. Gold.
I would assume that's how it ends.
Jesus.
Like El Dorado, whatever the hell you want to call it.
You guys remember Brave Star?
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a toy.
Yeah.
I had a toy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would make that.
Neither do I. That's why I didn't add it to my list, but I did like it. I did like it back then.
Sunset Riders. Just change the character.
What?
It could be a beat 'em up.
He's on a
30-30
horse.
could be your
He's a
sidekick.
cowboy.
30-30 could be player 2. Son.
He's a space cowboy. Just freaking change the background. It's the
I don't
same.
know. I wasn't gonna add that.
Yo,
either.
there's 2 that y'all missed completely. I'm surprised, man.
Oh, you have.
What is that?
You have 2 more?
Super Friends and Secret Wars, man.
Man, now it's already been done.
Come on,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
not that style, man. Not all those characters in the same game.
They're making those now.
Come on, man.
They're still making those games.
Damn.
It's gotta be just as cheesy looking. It's like a Batman, Robin, Brave and the Bold.
I wouldn't be against it.
Ooh.
I wouldn't be against them making it. Yeah, that's fine. But it looks
cool.
like those are ancient. That's like
I'm against
81.
them making it.
What'd you say, Chuck?
I said I'm against them making it. Show what that Super
That was
Friends
back in the
nonsense.
day when
Super
superheroes
Friends- no.
had underwear.
And you're making fun. Super Friends was the 70s. That was in the 70s.
Ooh, got
No, it
him.
wasn't. It was 81.
Spider-Man was.
No, it was not.
Spider-Man was.
Look it up.
And it's amazing.
Cut the feed
Friends.
while he looks it up.
I got one more.
All right.
And this one no one has. This is left field as hell. Dennis the Menace. Dennis the Menace.
I respect that.
But I want them to play it like a mix between like a Home Alone and Deception. You got to set traps up for the guys, and you got to set your house up. It's crazy. So I can see
Okay.
that as being that type of game, because Deception was the game where you make the traps and you murder people. I don't want Dennis to be killing people, but I want that same mechanic as like, okay, I'll put a bunch of Legos over here, I'll put a bowling ball over here. I did that. It should kill him, but it's like Looney Tunes violence.
I can only half agree with that if they allow you to play as the villains and kill Dennis the Menace.
You don't kill Dennis. the
Why?
Menace.
Why?
No.
Why
No.
can't I?
'Cause he's a
Why
jock.
can't I?
It's not for you, all right? This game is not for you.
Man,
I didn't like Dennis the Menace. I always wanted him dead. Kind of like the road.
Why?
Kind of like the Road Runner in Tweety Bird. I didn't like any of them. They always got away with
How do you
shit.
not like the Road Runner?
Because he's always like, like kill that son of a bitch, man. He's always all right, whatever.
Well, that's a game you could
hater.
that was made already.
That's some real hater stuff, son.
And I think that's all I have. Does anyone else have any last
Oh, let's ask Turbo.
ones? Turbo,
He's
what do you
out.
have?
Hold on.
He's not even on the screen.
Oh, he's not even.
I took him off.
Because he was
man.
thinking for too long. He just never said anything.
Oh yeah, it's something. He's gonna hit you with something.
This one is an honorable mention. Because it's not really a cartoon, but it's in the 80s. It was Captain Power.
Captain Power. Oh my gosh, I
Captain
feel like
Power.
I know
Oh
that.
gosh, is that like the?
Why does
it's
that
a
sound
game.
familiar?
Isn't that a game?
Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future,
Oh
something
my
like
god,
that.
hold on. Captain Power. I got.
And when you bought the toys, it came with a VHS
That's the
tape.
game.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was like a game.
Oh,
like a
yes,
light
I
game.
remember that.
Captain fucking Power had
Yes.
the toys for this.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yes. Oh shit.
But wasn't that based off the game? That was a VHS game, right? Some cool. It's like
Yeah, it was a
weird-
VHS game.
It's like a laser tag thing, right? No.
Yeah, it was like it was a laser tag.
Okay. I can see that.
Oh,
as a
Captain
game.
Power. That was one of my favorite toys when I was younger. Oh, that was fucking amazing. Who mentioned that?
Yeah. I
You did? Oh, that was from the top of your head?
I literally just
You
said
lying ass. You fucking took something from the chat. You lying ass bastard. You stealing someone's shit for?
I was going to say Captain Planet, but I didn't think of a
that's
game.
80s too. That's 80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Planet's 80s.
I didn't think of a game for it because one's already been made, and I can't think of any other way to do it because those 5 characters are garbage.
You can't
to play as.
You can't play as them.
So it's only as Captain Planet. And
If
I
you're
was
just
like,
Captain Planet the whole time, then you're fine. But like,
But then I think of that bad game for Nintendo.
Captain Planet was actually the 90s.
Was it 90s?
bullshit. That was like 89.
90 to 92.
What?
Man, listen, they had him. They thought of him. They thought of him in the 80s. He didn't just pop up in the
They
1990s.
thought of him in the 80s.
He didn't just appear in 1990. Come on. They drew him in school.
He said they thought of him in the 80s. Yeah, that was night.
This is
yeah, that's
wild.
1990. Yeah, that,
But that doesn't deserve to be a new game anyway.
no. Actually, I wouldn't. Ever since I saw that episode where he was flying up to the helicopter to stop the guy.
threw dirt on
They
him?
threw dirt on him. He said, "Ah!" And they had to, save him. I'm like, you suck. You're a shitty superhero. They threw dirt on you.
But he's eco-friendly. He's
Dude,
needed
he
now.
sucks.
He's needed in 2020.
He's trash.
They need to update his weaknesses a
Dude.
little bit. So
They
he's not
threw
complete.
dirt on him.
How about toxic waste on him? Or something?
That's worse than Superman and Kryptonite. Like they threw dirt on this
That's
dude.
exactly the same.
There's
guy.
dirt everywhere. Anyone could defeat Captain Planet in the world
That's
can
legit
defeat him.
Earth. It's
be
not
a dirty
dirt,
mother-
I mean,
Yeah, if you're a dirty
shouldn't hurt him.
bastard, you can beat
Wasn't that one of the
Stop
enemies?
littering. Let me stop.
Wasn't that one of the enemies? Wasn't it a dirty fat dude?
Yes.
Probably.
Duke Nukem.
Yeah,
That was one of the bad guys.
Nukem. Nukem. What was it? It was like a fucking.
I don't remember.
It was a pig.
Nah, it was something new.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's not Duke Nukem.
No, it's not Duke. I'm sorry.
but it wasn't. But,
It was like a pig. Like he had
Nukem
a.
was it like a radioactive?
Yeah.
dude?
Well, he had like a
Can't remember his
pig
name.
snout. I remember, and he had the fucking like
Yup.
a
How
Hawaiian
can
shirt.
Captain Planet beat him?
Hold
You
on.
can't defeat him if you throw
I
dirt
gotta,
on him.
I gotta Google it.
He can sneeze
Shut up,
on you.
man.
He's gonna kill you.
Complete. What's the point of Captain Planet if you just get killed from fucking dirt?
He's
our hero.
He ain't nobody's hero.
Heart. That's the
That
worst
was the
power.
worst.
There's no element. That's not an
That was
element.
the worst part.
Everyone needs love, okay?
Here we go.
Everyone.
Can't do it. I can't.
No, his name was Duke Nukem.
No way.
Look.
No, it wasn't.
It is.
It was actually. I just Googled it just now on my
It's-
phone.
I stand
It's
corrected.
Duke Nukem.
It's Duke Nukem.
Shit, I was right.
No, it's not.
I thought I was wrong. I'm like, I can't remember the name.
His name.
And I'm like,
name
oh
is
shit,
really
dude.
Nukem?
It is Duke Nukem. Look, it was actually. He had a Hawaiian shirt.
Somebody is
Yup.
getting sued. Unless that's the
Nobody's
same
character.
character.
Holy shit,
That's crazy.
I don't even know how Captain Planet won any battles.
dude! I'm looking at the names of the villains. Sly Sludge.
That's dope. That's the guy I was
I
talking
think
about.
that was the fat.
That's the
dude.
guy I was talking about.
Sly Sludge.
Oh,
no,
the
the fat dude was
Hoggish Greedy. I'm sorry, Hoggish Greedly.
So now this has to be a game. This has to
Oh,
be.
dude, this is
Vermin is scum.
Oh, dude, check it out. Captain Planet's nemesis, Captain Pollution.
Oh, nah. That's it.
I remember that.
I'm done with him.
That's the yellow
I'm
orange
done
guy.
with
Yeah, the yellow orange.
Hey.
I'm done with him.
Light. Wait, what about loot and plunder?
Loot and
Yes,
plunder.
yeah. Loot and plunder.
No. His first name is Luton.
Luton,
His last
plunder.
name is Plunder.
It's a play on the words.
Dude, it's terrible.
Let's-
It's the worst cast of characters ever.
Everybody back then had an evil twin, though.
I'm actually happy it's gone.
What was the He-Man evil twin? He was blue and orange. He was the same
Hold on.
toy.
What,
Google.
He-Man's enemy?
He-Man had an evil twin.
Oh, evil twin. Oh,
Yep.
I don't know. I was just about to say Skeletor was his name.
Well, he was the same toy with a different head. All
And
of them.
Zagras. No, actually, Zagras wasn't. I just like saying his name. Zagras.
You put in He-Man's evil twin?
Yeah. Let's see what
He had a
happened.
name.
Oh shit.
Oh, I had him.
Hell yeah, he had
Wait.
What was his name? I'm not even. I can't even. I can't.
Faker.
Wait, what?
I wish I could show you.
His name is Faker.
His name
Send
is-
me the pic in the chat.
I'm gonna send it in the chat. Yeah.
Yo, his name is
Send it
Faker.
to me. Yeah, send it to me on.
I'm gonna send it to you for you to post.
WhatsApp.
His name is Faker.
I'm gonna send it to you to post. Hold up.
Faker.
Faker.
His name
Holy
is
shit.
Faker.
Dude,
Fake.
it's
How
silver
about
and
Fake
red.
Man? You couldn't name him Fake Man?
Dude, that is terrible.
If you're gonna name him something.
Evil robotic He-Man imposter.
Ew.
And on that note, I think that's a good way to end this.
That is good. That's actually a
Yeah,
very
it
good
really
way to
is.
end the chat, man.
Faker.
Holy crap. So, Big Choco,
Yes.
good job monitoring the chat. Thank you so much.
Shout out to the chat.
I'm trying.
You're always coming.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much, man. You guys are live.
Yeah.
Always I forgot what I was going to say.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you jumping in and participating in our podcast.
There you go.
Thank you. Yes.
Show us love. Follow us.
Yes.
We got so much more to show
Yes.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's all about that love, yeah.
Chalk, Big Chalk. Thank you, man.
No worries. Thank you guys. Appreciate
All
y'all.
right.
Thank you for reminding me what day it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
my man.
podcast day.
Yeah, he didn't even know what day it was.
I really didn't. Sorry about that.
Happens again, we're gonna cut you off.
Yeah, right?
Like now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cut his ass off. Oh man.
But anyway, yeah, that was fucking awesome, man. That was very
That's
fun.
a fun topic. It's always a
It
fun
was
topic.
very, very fun.
But you gotta reminisce and think back in the day, because the funny thing is, half those things I had the toys for.
Yeah.
But it took me a second to remember what the hell some of them were. Like Centurions, I had like all of them.
Well, we were talking 80s.
Dude,
you know how
yeah.
long ago the 80s was now?
That was like 10 years ago, dude.
I had Visionaries toys,
I
and
love
you had it on your
Visionaries.
list, and I was like, oh fuck, I had that.
Visionaries are so dope.
My
I didn't
uncle-
have those. I didn't have those at all.
Visionaries
Dude.
are so dope.
I got nightmares from that fucking.
What was the song? Visionaries fight for the magical light. Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Shit was dope, man.
Oh,
That
man.
shit's fire.
But
I miss those shits.
everybody out there, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, you know what to do.
Somewhere down there.
You see that little button right there? You got to hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like what you saw today.
Yeah.
And as always, share the video with a friend. Follow us on all our social media because we do have giveaways. And you know what?
We got to announce one soon.
Off the top, you know what? I might just announce one now, man.
You gonna announce one? You gonna do it off the cuff?
I'm gonna do it off the cuff.
Oh, he
dude.
gonna announce it off
You know
the
why?
cuff.
This dude. Hold up. Where is it? What's his name again?
Oh, he left.
Retro Advisory. Retro Advisory Board. I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna hit up Retro Advisory Board,
You gonna give him a code?
and we're gonna give him a game code.
Give him an Oxyjet. Hit him with an Oxyjet.
We're gonna hit him up with the Oxyjet. We're gonna give him a game code
Okay.
for participating today because he really did help out, man.
He was holding it down.
Yeah, he held it down, man.
Hold it down.
But for those of you out there who want to get a game code, you know, we might just be feeling generous and give you
You
one.
never know.
You never know. You never know. So
man.
you got to keep watching so you know what's going on. And that being said, if you want to listen to this podcast and you don't have the time to watch it on YouTube or
When you drive
watch
to
it
work.
live,
You know.
yeah, you want to listen to the podcast, you know that we are on every podcasting streaming service.
Everything.
Pretty much.
Pretty much everything.
Almost everything.
Oh, for the most part, we're
Most
on-
popular. Most
yeah,
popular.
popular ones, yeah. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all the podcasting streaming services, most of them. But that being said, you can always catch us live
What
every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Eastern time.
On
Make sure it's
YouTube.
Eastern Time.
Now on YouTube.
Now
y'all.
on YouTube, not on Twitch.
YouTube.
YouTube.
The tube.
Till next time.
And as always, thanks for watching, guys.
Visionaries fight for the magic.
You gonna sing
Come on,
something
man.
special?